Shut up! The Foot is on the radio!
From McDonald's.
Triple M rocks football.
This quarter is brought to you by Lockwood. If you haven't locked up with Lockwood, have you really locked up?
So a man rings us during the preview, says, I've got a tip for you, it's called Big Steel. We turn around to our man Purple with the four eyes and say, get on it for us.
He goes, yeah, I'm on it. And he looked at the paper, 40-1, he goes, I'm not putting it.
We then watch Big Steel greet. We turn to Damo and go, perfect, there's our collect. Didn't get on.
$40. Ben Mellon. That has put us collectively 40 grand down, Spud, for the day.
I can't believe it. We just needed something like that, but the old purple-headed warrior was thinking about himself again.
I want that guy to ring us back, if he can, Luke, on our open line, which is
1-333-553.
1-333-553. That man that tipped us the blue steel, or whatever, the big steel. Bring us back, mate, because we want your tips for the rest of the day.
Come on. 1-333-553. Now, let's get stuck into the preview, of course.
Right.
Big game.
Do it, Jim.
And we are looking forward to it enormously, courtesy of Bridgestone. First of all, Rexy, the man who put the E into football entertainment, welcome to you.
Oh, look, good afternoon, JB and everyone. I do agree with you, JB. I reckon rivalry is still alive and well. You come here, it's the Peter McCallum Cup. We help the cancer people, and these are two of the greatest rivals. Who will ever forget the clashes of Victoria Park and Princess Park? This is what it's all about. It's rivalry for me. It's rivalry for Triple M, and Triple M rocks football.
And I couldn't agree with you anymore, Rexy, and we hope everyone piles in and we get a big crowd to watch this one. Gaz and Spud, what do you think's going to happen?
Oh, the big crowd. No, I don't think there's any worries about that, Jim, boys. We have a look around. They are absolutely right up to the back of the Great Southern Stand, which is always the best indicator. Both sides out. Beautiful day. Little zephyr blowing up. The smooth will let us know which end that's favouring. But look, you cannot be any more impressed with the way Collingwood have gone about it in the past, all year really. They've had a little slump in the middle, but they keep answering every question that gets put to them, Spud. And on the other hand, I sat back and watched Carlton play last Saturday night against West Coast, and at half-time their season was on the line. Thankfully for them, they changed their attack and approach on the footy. Nothing else really changed all that much. They just got far more ferocious. And there's just a feeling around town, and I don't know what it's based on, that the Carlton team really rate themselves today and fancy themselves against Collingwood. And we saw last night, you could not have anticipated the Essendon form against St Kilda, but they think they're a genuine chance. Collingwood, for me, it's about pressure. It's all about intensity, particularly in their forward half. They're number one for tackles inside their forward 50, and they're number one for turnovers in the forward 50. So 30 more, I think, than any other side. So once they get that footy inside forward 50, they work super hard. They put pressure on. I think we said last week against Richmond we wanted to see whether or not they could back up against Collingwood, St Kilda rather, and it'd take 5 minutes to find out. Well, they told us really early, and again, it's going to take that long. If they match the intensity that they've had in the past 6, 7, 8 weeks, then as good as Carlton can be on their day, I'm not sure they can get there.
Yeah, I'm with you guys. I think the word team, and Mick Moldhouse coaches that way. Alan Didak has kicked 29 goals this season. That's the most. He's leading the goal kicking. Last time against Carlton, had 13 different goal kickers. The last 3 weeks, they've averaged 11. So having one go-to player, they play as a team. They create space for each other. They give the ball to the best player in the best position. They're tackling, they're contested possessions. Dane Swan, it's amazing. As Chua will come up with the stat later on, he's averaged 36 disposals for the last 7 weeks.
What do you do with him?
Well, the last 3 weeks, we've gone to school on it a little bit. He's had 10 different opponents per game. So I'm not sure whether the sides are saying he's not hurting us, but his ball use has been terrific. So
Carazzo?
Yeah, I'd like to see Carazzo. Whether Judd goes to him and say, well, we'll get better efficiency through Judd and maybe hurt Swan on the scoreboard.
But they lose that as soon as they start rotating with Swan, though. So in the end, Judd doesn't play on him. So I just say let's play Carazzo on him and off the ground with him, on and off all day long.
And you're right. The 3 keys for Carlton: Betts, Garlett, Yarran. I'd love to see Jared Waite. We asked Brock McLean about an hour ago on Triple M where he thought Jared Waite's best position was, and I agree. It's centre half forward. Let him go for it and get the ball in there as quickly as possible. I think Essendon set the standard, and sometimes Friday night games set a little bit of a standard for the whole weekend. Carlton got the ability to really make an upset. They've already beaten St Kilda this year and Geelong. Collingwood, this is their big test. They were up against it at half-time last week. I think that win will give them a lot of confidence. Even though it wasn't their best football, they were 5 goals down at half-time at Subiaco. They won the game convincingly in the end. They should be able to build on that. What a better stage to do it out here today.
Brad Fisher back too from that knee reconstruction. The Lars method, of course. The doc again will tell us all about that, but lovely to see him back. Gives them a bit more potency, I think, forward. Henderson now, if Waite plays down there, Fisher, nice little balance with those small forwards. So get into a little bit of trouble if you rely solely on the smalls, and I think the good news is Fisher back in their side gives them a few other options. I agree, they've set themselves grand final almost in terms of home and away footy for Carlton, but it's about intent. They didn't have any intent or intensity against West Coast. If they come with that mindset in the first half, the game will be over at half time.
And of course Travis Cloak back into the team. Chris Dawes, they're starting to have a really good connection down there. Leon Davis, special mention for him. He's playing his 200th game today. He was recruited in 1999, so it's an outstanding achievement for Leon. He knows he's got to perform in the big games better than anyone else, and I think this is a great entree for him leading into September.
Yeah, and I think the other thing is Betts, Garlett and Yarran in that forward line. We saw it last night. You've got to separate. You've got to separate Maxwell, Reid, Goldsack, really make them defend one-on-one. Maxwell the key down there. With no Presti, he has such an impact on the game, not only against his direct opponent by his ability to zone off as well. So whoever gets him needs to make him accountable, needs to drag him away from some of the other Carlton forwards, because if they don't, the game gets dictated to from the back half, and that's an absolute issue.
No, there's no doubting that. I'm just interested in the ruck duels as well. Jolly's been really kicking some goals, pushing forward, and Lee Brown. Josh Fraser's still stuck on 199 games, so there's still pressure on spots for Collingwood. It's that secondary ruck role. Lee Brown's doing his job at the moment, because not only is he giving Jolly a chop out for about 10 minutes around the middle of the ground, he's pushing forward and kicking goals. So super important there. Presti's going to be a big loss, so it gives an opportunity to Nathan Brown, recruit from Ballarat. He's pretty tough. Don't think he likes playing fullback that much though. I think he's more suited where Ben Reid plays up the ground a little bit. So Presti leaves a huge hole in that back half. So if Carlton can get it in there to maybe a Jared Waite or a Lockie Henderson, with Presti out, I would put Jared Waite deep, because the play he's playing on won't feel comfortable back there without Presti being back there.
Okay, we're going straight down to the dock at ground level today, and the atmosphere is just fantastic down there. Dr. Peter Larkins on Triple M.
Oh, yeah, thanks, Rex. This is the time of the year every game is great. Being at the MCG with a crowd of potentially 80,000 plus here today. Collingwood are heading up to their cheer squad, Rex. You'll hear the roar going up. Chris Judd won the toss. He's going to the city end, the Jollymont end. I think the breeze is probably going to the punt road end, Rex, and across to the southern stand side. So going left to right as they'll look at that punt road goal. But Juddy, in his wisdom, is trying to go to the other end. The late change for Juddy's side, Dennis Armfield, who had a bad neck injury, ended up in hospital in Perth last week, didn't come up, was selected. They've replaced him with David Allard, who will start on the bench alongside Sean Grigg, Chris Yarran and Chris Johnson. Brad Fisher, Rex, 22 weeks down the line from a knee reconstruction. If you did a knee reconstruction, Rex, you would have missed 18 months probably, but 22 weeks coming back. So good to see Brad Fisher back, right knee, keep an eye on that. Collingwood, we know Presti with a sore groin during the week, wasn't selected in the side, but they're as selected for today's team. Tyson Goldsack on the bench, along with Dane Beams, the tattooed man, Steele side bottom, and Jared Blair, the little pocket rocket, Bricks.
So thank you very much to the doc, courtesy of SPC Man Beans Doc, and on a bit of grain bread, certainly working in your household.
You see Jared Blair coming off the ground there, Ashture. What height is Jared Blair?
Carlton draft stats 174 centimetres, Spud.
Is he the smallest player in the competition?
I think Boomer Harvey is at 172.
What height are you, Ash?
176.
Bull dust. Jared Waite started back, Sputter. He's, so maybe they might... Last week they played him back for about 20 minutes and then threw him forward, so maybe that's the way they're going to go again. Didak pushing forward as well.
We've got Gibbs starting forward with Henderson, Lockie Henderson and Hampson. So
Fisher as well.
They're going tall down there. So yeah, Fisher's a good in. He's that third foil forward. Bryce Gibbs starting forward's an interesting one also.
Oh, big game this one. Big atmosphere, huge crowd as we're getting ready to go.
Big crowd.
Joseph's gone to Davis. Let's see who goes to Dane Swan. Carazzo very close by Spud. I reckon we might have almost got it right. I think he's going to go shoulder to shoulder with him.
Who said the old traditional slot's dead? It's 2:10 on a Saturday afternoon. It doesn't get any better than this. to get us underway for McDonald's. Here's Big Rex.
At the Triple MCG, we rock football, and here comes the man in Bauer. He was all tied up, and the umpire will bounce it again. This is going to be a ripper. Well, it certainly is, and this is Triple M football, as you can throw a blanket over 18 players in the centre of the ground, and the umpire goes thump. And going up in ruck is Big Jolly, and it was knocked away. Play on to the umpire. Coming through Wellingham, he can't get the ball. And I think once again we'll have a nut. He's going to ping someone, he is. He's hovering like a smell. And goodness me, Murphy's kicked it forward for Carlton.
Long ball inside.
Free kick
picked out. Gary, tell us about it.
Going thrown right down the goal square. I think it's a hold. It might be against Brown. I reckon at this stage.
There's a big Shawnee Hampson.
And it could be Hampson who went forward, and Spud called it. He wants to expose Brown into an area where he's not comfortable. And when you're not comfortable, Spud, you start holding on.
You play reactive footy, Gaz, so that's a huge mental win there for Brett Ratton, having Brown at fullback.
Big kick now for Hampson. Go back and slot it, young man, to the city end. Listen to the noise if this goes through. Collingwood home game, of course. He's close to the man on the mark, but he kicks it anyway. First blood Blues. One straight. Collingwood yet to score. Triple M Lockwood scoreboard.
Yeah, well, and plenty of spirit out there at this stage, so that's a good sign. I think that just adds a lot of pressure. OPSM replay screen, it was just a quick tug on the jumper, not a great amount in it, Sputter, but once that jumper's pulled away from the body, the umpire's always going to ping you, so pressure builds on him. Isolate him now. Go to Hampson. Don't muck around. Give him another chance. Ask the question straight away again.
It's also important for Garlett there to work it around his feet. Ben Johnson was outstanding last week. He's had a very good year, Benny Johnson, on Garlett.
Thanks to McDonald's, Triple M rocks football at the MCG. A third in, beautiful late winter sunshine. And Carlton have got the first blood, and they're a goal, and the Magpies yet to fire a shot. Knocked out by the big bloke in Warnock, and the umpire will put it in the air again. It looks like Carlton are up right from the start, Gary.
It does, Rexy. Andrew Walker, the other one's got Lee Brown. Brown's been outstanding in recent times. Walker giving away a lot of height. Look for him to try and run off him.
Jolly is now conscious of Warnock, but coming through Swan. It's the first of his possessions. A skew in. Davis, in his 200th game, has taken a juggling one-hander. 32 metres out directly in front of the Punt Road end.
Perfect start here for Collingwood. Leon Davis here to see the OPSM replay screen. Just a very good contested mark. Used his body beautifully on Aaron Joseph there.
So full dress rehearsal for what might come in the first month in spring, because he's got some work to do. And this will set him on his way. And he's drilled it.
Look at him
finger
get to
goes up to the crowd, and the Collingwood players surround him. Carlton and Collingwood, a goal each of two. Triple M Lockwood scoreboard.
Well, it's just early days. What's happening, Spuddy?
The goal umpire didn't get the all clear signal, that's all. I thought there might have been touch because he's ran off, and now he'll give the all clear.
Let me just say, there's been 5 possessions in the game. 5 possessions.
And 2 of them are goals.
3 to Carlton, 2 to Collingwood, and 2 of them have been goals, Spud. So we might be on track for a 50-goal game. It'll settle itself down, no question about that. Beautiful start for Leon Davis. Couldn't want for anything more on the big stage when you occasionally get questioned that you struggle. Luke Ball might be heading with Chris Judd too. 2 of the players in that super draft, along with Luke Hodge.
One straight Collingwood, one straight Carlton. 80,000 plus here, you got to think. As the ball's bounced back in the middle, Warnock runs in, free kick.
Against Travis Cloak.
Centre square, Fraser, Robbie Warnock. Stay out.
Against Cloak off centre half forward.
Warnock wheels around, long ball again. Hampson underneath this. Got hands to the front, was reached back. No crummers at his feet. Now there are. Simpson gets a handball. Into the corridor, a little fumble from the Blues. They can't get a player clear now. Eventually it comes out. The handball was straight into the path of the Collingwood player Davis. And they bring it around to Wellingham. Wellingham goes with a forward handball to Ball. Ball runs down the wing. Left foot to half forward, not a great kick, and it's able to be tipped out by Jamison, and the ball goes over half forward for the Magpies at the Punt Road end.
Carlton Crummers had to get used to Hampson, Gary. He brought the ball down right at his feet.
Yeah,
the Crummers went left and right.
And Garlett, Yarran and Betts need to see that. That's his job. He's kicked the goal and he's provided a beautiful crumb.
Members side, left half forward, Punt Road end, free kick, Jolly. It's going to Dane Swanee, who's held up the ball.
Carazzo doing that job, Rexy. Massive job for Andrew Carazzo.
So a little kick is on to Jolly. And Jolly has marked it. The man on the mark, Warnock, will be 47 metres out, so Jolly will have to give it everything to score from here.
Yeah, I reckon they're going to try and expose Warnock as well. We know Jolly can push forward and become a real legitimate target.
Right behind him in the commentary position here on the Triple M side of the ground. Left half forward, punt road end, members side. Crosses 50, goes a little right in the arc and drills it, and it now doesn't come back at all. And marked a cloak in the right forward pocket, and he's nearly up against the fence, let alone the line.
Ordinary defence, Rex. Should have spoilt that through the Carlton defenders there.
Bauer may like to have his time again, so Cloak. He'll hold this banana and come around on the left boot and kick it behind the stick for a minor score. Collingwood a 1-1-7, Carlton a 1-6. This is Triple M scoreboard for Lockwood.
Interesting jumper selections in this game, Gary. Why wouldn't Carlton wear the white one?
Well, that's a good question, Jim.
I don't know the answer. Neither do I. Russell walks away and kicks it long to the outer side. Couple of Blues assemble out there. Play on as a really good marking contest ensued on the wing. Now they start smashing in. No one able to get a clean possession away. Finally the handball over the top in the Walker direction. The Blues through Russell now. Real pressure put on him. Judd comes in. Has the ball belted out of his hands. Steps around a couple to Scotland against his old team. Scotland got the handball going forward. Here comes Judd. Just burns away from Brown. Off to Gibbs. Gibbs got nothing to kick to. Touches it on the ground. Gives it back to Judd about 55 from
clever.
home. Beautiful kick from Judd. And it hits Grigg. 30 out directly in front.
Well, it was magnificent play. That's why it was beautifully called, JB. You had to hesitate because it looked up and Jolly had pushed back hard. You had Nathan Brown deep in the goal square, so they had to square the ball up, hold it up. And it was just the class of Judd to look inboard to hit Grigg up.
It said ball was with Judd. It might be Wellingham, you know. So Judd's coming to the bench and Wellingham coming with him.
So here goes Grigg. Shot on goal from almost directly in front. He shouldn't miss. And he doesn't. 2 straight Blues. 1-1-7 Collingwood. Triple M Lockwood scoreboard.
Well, Mick Moldhouse mightn't want to build it up as any different to any other game, but I'll tell you, the Carlton have set themselves sputter. It's become pretty evident early in the piece. It's a good game. They're hard at it. The tackling's been ferocious. The ball use has been okay. I just would say they're finding a little bit of space and spreading a bit better at the moment, the Blues. They've had 13 uncontested possessions to Collingwood's 4.
Well, we see in the APSM replay screen, Judd got the contested ball in the wing and then he pushed forward hard, got the ball off Murphy, and the uncontested possessions, if it's any indicator for the game, Carlton are absolutely smashing them. Ash, what is it?
Yep, 13-4 for Carlton draft stats.
Now, Maxwell opposed to Grigg. Grigg kicked the goal, was 20 metres on his own. It's a good result. Try and tighten Maxwell up.
This is a full dress rehearsal. You can't get any better than this unless you're in a final. So Jolly went up, got a fingernail to it. Coming through was the big boy in Warnock, and he kicked it inside 50 for Carlton again, down towards Henderson, who was besieged. This is Pendlebury, did it cleverly. Got it off the ball, who got the call out from McCaffer. McCaffer's taken a wonderful mark despite pressure from Waite. Hand pass on to Ben Johnson, who'll straighten up on his left boot and kick a long ball to Cloak. Cloak's over the top. Play on, said the umpire. Bow should have given away a free kick. Ball got a hand pass out. It went out further now to side bottom and went to Pendlebury and went on further now. McCaffer's got it and got the call back. Now side bottom's got it on the centre wing and he's got it towards half forward. Pendlebury knocked it down, got it to McCaffer, changed his mind, got it back to side bottom, got it back to
Good pressure,
McCaffer.
Carlton.
Nice corralling here. A short one to Blair. Now back to Johnson. Now to Blair, just outside 50. Goes inside with a set-up ball at the front. Cloak. 2-3 grabs, got it.
Against Cloak, hands in the back. Good positioning by Bauer.
And the Blues can bring it away. Fisher at half-back on the members' side. Back from injury, as you heard from Gary in the preview. Long ball now. Players come from all angles. Simpson was very early up. Lucky not to give away a free on O'Brien. The ball's over the line.
It's only early days. Effective kicks, Carlton 88%, Collingwood 67%. The pressure Carlton are putting on Collingwood, they're corralling and beautiful at the moment, Carlton.
Throw in. Leroy Brown, work to the ground. unable to get a clean handball away. Thomas side bottom, in fact it was Ball, picked it up and got a high one forward. Again some wrestling with Cloak and double teaming him on the ground. He's got a free for a push.
Walker there.
Dane Swan getting a bit physical with Carazzo, so a little psychological win.
Horrible kick from Cloak off one step, and the ball trickles out inside forward 50 punt road end.
Haven't seen Swan remonstrate with anyone for a long time, Spud, so maybe just early sign that he's not used to this. Carazzo right inside his jumper. Maybe a little win for the Blues here.
So it's inside 50 for Collingwood. Hampson at the back. And here comes Bauer. He couldn't get it away. Ooh, here comes Davis, and he's on the job too, Davis. As for SPC Man-Beans, we go to the dock at ground level.
Yeah, just really in that first interchange when Dane Swan came off, Carazzo came with him right to the interchange, and Swan then was giving a lot of lip to Carazzo. Carazzo's obviously been giving him a fair bit of irritation.
Thank you very much. So, Ball, he did well. It came out to Russell, got a little, well, just a kick and a half. You could probably a half a kick out. Here comes Sidebottom. Sidebottom's got it. And coming through Nathan Brown of Collingwood. Look for McCappa. Now it's going to be, goodness me, the umpire said no free kick. It went to Harry O'Brien. Here comes Blair. Blair now kicked it out towards Cloak again. He straightens him up, Cloak. There's no doubt about it. He straightens him up and he's on his right foot, which is his left foot. And 40 metres out, right half forward flank on the outer side of the ground, punt road end.
Brett Ratton will be looking at that matchup at the moment, thinking Jamison. Have I got the matchups right? Jamison at the moment is on Dawes. We've got Bauer on Cloak. I think they'll be weighing up whether to flip that at this stage. Cloak looks like the go-to play for Collingwood.
So, throwing the grass in the air, a la Lloyd, but you just got to kick him. You got to kick him now, and you got to kick him in September. And he came off it very well, and it's gone behind the stick. For another minor score to Collingwood there, 1-2-8 Carlton at 2 straight 12. Triple M Lockwood scoreboard at the MCG today.
Jordan Russell to bring the footy back in. Big crowd, perfect conditions, bit windy, but otherwise exactly as you want it.
Big zone on here, a big 16-man zone for the Magpies.
Russell's just got to pump it long and high. To the outer side he does. Under at Cloak took a pretty simple chest mark.
He started on fire, this man. He's had 2 weeks off. He's just jumping out of his skin.
Also a little contract thing going, Gary. It's a long ball from Cloak. Top of the square. Leon was infringed, I thought. Got away with it and Wade eventually conceded it behind. Legally. So 1-3 plays 2 straight.
Got to go quick. Got to go quick here before they set the zone up. They're too slow, Spud, getting the ball back into play. Now, Collingwood set this very, very tight, impressive 15-man zone.
So Gordon Russell gets it out, and this is Aaron Joseph. Joseph got it on further. Now Andrew Walker brings it down onto the half-back line. Past Eddie Betts went higher than Jay Cocker, but he couldn't take it. Here's Goldsack. Goldsack can't get anywhere with a disposal, and the umpire will bounce it.
It'll be an interesting matchup there. We see the OPSM replay screwing Eddie Betts. Did everything right but hold the ball. He's on Harry O'Brien there, so that's a great matchup, that.
So Carlton by 3 points on the Lockwood scoreboard. Knocked out by Hampson. This is Ball. He's playing well. Gibbs over the top of him. They wanted a free kick against Johnson, and the umpire will bounce it again.
But looking at Maxwell across half-back at the moment, that is exactly where he wants to be for Collingwood. Whoever the Carlton player is, he needs to attract him. Well, Waite's loose across at the other end of the ground.
Carlton by 3 points. Here comes Ball. Now coming through Carazzo. He's all tied up, and a high tackle on Wellingham, I think.
I don't know what Andrew Carazzo did to not warrant a free kick.
A high tackle on young Wellingham. He's left half forward members side, shooting to the punt road end.
That Cloak decides to go longer.
Oh, Wade will
it's
get
not
this.
A great kick, and Waite's able to gobble it up. But
well, that's his direct opponent. You got Maxwell free at one end, you got Wade at the other, so it's a game of wills at the moment.
So I reckon Fisher is Maxwell's man, so there must be another free somewhere for Collingwood.
Scotland at half-back now for the Blues. Little ball from that man wasn't great. Only one hand in from Yaron. And now they can turn it over to McCaffer. He steps around a couple of tacklers, tries to get the ball going back towards a teammate. Judd was brilliant.
Great effort.
One-on-one footy, sensationally well. Ball on the ground though, and McCaffer's able to get it to Dawes. Dawes high inside forward 50 again. Waite, this time with a double fist. Straight to Ball, who's taken in a tackle. It's hard inside the forward 50 here for the Magpies. No one able to be clean. Waite just hacks it off the ground. The ball still locked inside forward 50, held to Steele side bottom, and there'll be a bounce at centre half forward.
Carlton draft stats: disposals in the forward half of the ground, 37-8 Collingwood's way.
Carlton at 12, Collingwood at 9. That's 3 points to lead to Carlton. Triple M Lockwood scores around against Hampson, and it went to Jolly. So Jolly, good fellow at centre half forward at the punt road end, waited
Swan
and went out
forward
to the right, and here comes Swan. He's double teamed and waits there with Carazzo, and the ball over the boundary line and out of bounds. 40 around from Collingwood's goal at the punt road end.
Well, the game's been played in Collingwood's forward 50. Jared Waite. So Mick Moldhouse will be weighing up, well, the ball's in there. We can't score because of the weight factor.
Jolly in front of Sean Hampson, got the knock down. It went across the beams and up and under kick. Scotland's under it. Taking the ball, play on to the umpire. Gibbs in all sorts of trouble. Didak! What an opportune time to kick a goal! He signed on with a Carringbush, but he's got their second, and they take the lead. Collingwood at 2 goals, 3-15, and Carlton at 2 straight 12. Triple M Lockwood scoreboard, a magnificent goal to Didak.
Well, they've had the last 7 inside 50s, the Magpies, so they started to get some ascendancy around the footy in particular. First touch for Didak. Swan just the 2 possessions to this stage, so Carazzo doing a good job there, but they just haven't been able to get their footy out of defensive 50, and that, again, is testament to the tackling pressure of this Collingwood forward line. 12 to 10 tackles at the moment, but they refuse to give an easy out to an opposition side.
It's just an off-a-step mini torp.
Well, that's what you want from your half forwards. Half chances. Didak, he's now kicked 30 goals for the season, Didak.
Hampson nice and high. Carazzo out of the middle, well done. Inside 50, Maxwell will gobble it up. No. Drop the mark, but it doesn't matter because they've got time. Wellingham at half back can steer it to the outer side. There's Swan getting on the end of it, Gary.
Yeah, well, he's going to be in for a big afternoon. There's no doubt about that.
Little kick forward, and again Waite can get back into the hole. Ball didn't quite get to Dawes. Waite taken out of it. The boundary line wins out of side.
But I'm just Carazzo might have got caught out of position there. I'm wondering, he's going to him now, whether they're going to drop off and have Gibbs go for a half. But Carazzo back to Swan.
Warnock worked it. It's a big unit. Warnock worked it down. No one able to get clean possession out of this. And I think that might be the little wee man Blair. Has the ball held to him, and we're going to have another bounce.
Jared Waite there's now manned up. He's got Beams on him, so it's important for Beams to get dangerous and isolated, force Waite to defend.
But look, they're allowing Collingwood to drop Goldsack off this contested play.
Well, that's a win.
Grabbing the ball, Warnock kicked it along to the left half forward flank, and it's over. The time check is 17.5 in the first quarter. Collingwood at 2-3-15, Carlton at 2 straight 12.
Spud.
Yep.
He's 206 centimetres, Warnock.
He's like a tree. Seriously. He is unbelievably tall. Look at the legs on him.
He needs ring barking. The ball came out there, and this is Gibbs.
Pendlebury before the ball got there. Got Pendlebury home.
Okay, you heard the umpires. It was free possession of Pendlebury. Hand pass to Didak, and here comes Ball. Looking beautiful at home every time I see him.
Cloak
he turned around and he went down towards Cloak. Bauer's no good. Bauer looked at Cloak. You can't do that. You've got to watch the ball, and Cloak did, and he's going to line it up from point-blank range.
Well, they've got to make the change. They've got to put Jamison or Waite onto Clark. I've been watching Bauer. Rexy, you called it beautifully. Cloak's pushing him deep. He's playing reactive. He's watching the ball, losing his direct vision of his opponent. By the time he saw where Cloak was, he was in front. So they need to make a change there. Jamison straight onto Cloak for mine, or Waite.
All good defenders, and that includes you, Spud. And I'm with you with the emotion stuff. You've watched the football at all times, and Cloak comes in and has shanked it.
Good.
Oh, he's, goodness me, done a Retief Gooseham at the US Open. He's missed a 6-inch putt. And Collingwood to 2-4-16, 4 points in front of Carlton, 2 straight 12, Triple M Lockwood scoreboard. I thought I'd leave it alone, but I had to publicly say, JB, I'm with the great man up the back with the emotion.
Wide goes Waite. Again, a one-on-one. He kicks 2 out there. Judd just stretches away. He's got a look about him, Gary.
Yes,
high ball forward to Hampson. He has it fisted away, and at his feet, Didak picked it up. will get it back here, Dids, and wheel around on the left. Shovels a handball back to Johnson. Johnson will want his left side. He goes close to the line, but he finds Pendlebury out there.
Massive issues across half forward, Carlton. 10-4 inside 50s at the moment. It's just starting to get a little bit lopsided, Jim Boy.
Well, your point you made was right, Gary. Every stoppage, there's an extra Carlton player there, but in the forward half of Carlton, you've got an extra Collingwood player. That's a win.
You can't allow this defence to have one extra in the back half, otherwise you're going to struggle to score.
Warnock gave it off to Murphy. Murphy, a nice kick to Henderson. Henderson goes to half forward, and the ball's fisted away from Fisher, and now he gets taken over the line.
Jimmy, it's been 14 minutes since Collingwood have been inside, Carlton have been inside their forward 50. 14 minutes.
And it was lucky Travis Cloger's kicked 3 behinds and not 3 goals.
Only trailed by 4 points, so they are fortunate here as the ball in dispute at half forward. Picked up by the Blues and inched inside forward 50. Yaron gets taken to ground. Collingwood one holding the ball. It's going to be bounced about 48 out from their city end goal.
Carlton draft stats, contested possessions 27-14 Collingwood's way.
Pardon me, the umpire going to put it down, take it on board too, that, you know, they can miss the goals and still get it. But what about finals? That's the way it is. Knocked out by Hampson, coming through Bauer. Bauer hand passed it. Now Scotland. He got it across to Murphy. Murphy's turned it around and kicked a long ball towards Fisher. Fisher goes up, can't take it. This is Wellingham. Swung off the ball. And fast Eddie Betts brought it across, and here's Thomas. Thomas is there in the goal square for Collingwood. Did it wonderfully well. Here past to Johnson. Here come the Magpies.
They waltz out a half-back. This is Gold Sack. Has a bounce and then gives it, don't tell me we're out. Gives it to Thomas.
No.
Thomas a handball sideways to Didak.
Stick with it, Jim.
Didak goes forward, please don't tell me.
No,
Dawes has got it a kick and a half from home. They're looking nice here, Collingwood. Dawes goes for a long high one inside 50, and the only players there were wearing Blues jumpers, but no one could take the mark. And in the end, it's over the line, about 35 out from the Pies punt road end goal. They lead this game at the moment by 4 points, as I will be extraordinarily disappointed. Work to the front, no one able to pick it up again. Blues just not clean in the back half. Gibbs gets held on to, just released the footy. Lots of players around this. Pendlebury just released the ball without getting a foot to it. The umpire's letting it go. He's letting it all go, and eventually he's going to bounce the ball about 30 out from the punt road end goal. 2-4-16 Collingwood. 2 straight 12 Carlton. Triple M Lockwood scoreboard.
Finish.
Oh no. I just cannot fathom it. It's picked up by Swan, and his left foot ball misses for a behind. 2-5-17 Collingwood. 2 straight 12 Carlton. Triple M Lockwood scoreboard. And I'm about to sack the duds, I bet, with, because none of them are any good.
Shut up, Jim. We're
It's
right.
all over the top to Wait. We'd better be. Back to Scotland. I've carried this for about a minute and a half. Rexy, so take over on the outside.
I'm just checking my numbers, and I've got it. I'm okay.
I got it. One of mine.
Thank you very much. And the ball over the boundary line and out of bounds.
One of mine.
You had 9 of them, Gary. It had to be one of yours.
Yeah, we got him, and Gary tipped this.
Thank you.
Like Mike Williamson, the ball now coming back into play. Warnock knocked it out. Judd's there, saw his head. It came through. Planted the umpire. Judd hand passed. Murphy couldn't get it under a bit of pressure. Did it well then and hand passed it out looking for Walker. Walker gave it off. Can't get it, Aaron Joseph. Too much pressure in there for Collingwood, but Judd said this is the way you do it. Got it to Gibbs. Got it to past Eddie Betts. In the centre of the ground, Yaron. 1 bounce. 2 bounces. 3 bounces. Ran to half forward. Kicked it over the head of Henderson. And Reid said, how easy is this? I'll take a mark and I'll kick it to me mate.
No good. That's a sign of immaturity as a footy player, because you got caught up with it. It was a great run through the middle, but you look up, you find you're outnumbered. Hold it up.
That's better. The chase from Jeffy Garlett was sensational. Turns it over. Johnson couldn't pick it up. Jeffy went back and got it, and then just got ragdolled by Cloak. He got held up like a 3-year-old. Cloak went back and got it, and he gets smashed into. And I think we're going to have a bounce ball at half forward for the Blues, who are 2 straight, and Collingwood are 2-5.
I don't know about that other one.
So the bounce footy, no ruckman there for the Blues. Through came side bottom, didn't take clean possession, but then had the ball held to him. Another bounce, half forward for Carlton, who trailed by 5 points.
Well, here's the issue for Carlton. You look up again, their forward line's outnumbered. You've got
can't have that
it's just Maxwell on his own. That's what he loves, Nick Maxwell. Make him defend.
And they're going to have another ball up here on the half-forward flank for Carlton. The problem is that the extra number is up around the contest, or now it's around the contest or back here. You get no value. They're never going to get a mark inside 50.
And it's not as if Henderson and Fisher are good power players. They need all the help they can get. They need one-on-ones.
So this is Leroy Brown, knocked it down to Swan on a high ball to the half forward in front of the dock. And we're coming through. That was good play, Blair, but Carlton can't do it right here. Big bad Leroy Brown. Hand pass to Swan. Hand pass to Davis. Davis got no one to give it to. So off to the right it goes to Maxwell and got it back. Harry O'Brien. Harry O'Brien kicked the long ball down. The gold sack man is there. The sad sack sends a long ball down towards Jolly. Jolly's up. He nearly got it. Waite did well. Didn't infringe. Who in trouble? Joseph. And the umpire says, I'm going to put it down, umpire Meredith. They moved the ball beautifully, Collingwood, half forward.
They did, Rex, because not only does outnumbering the opposition in defence mean they can't get a mark, it means when they get possession, they've got numbers, so they share it and run so hard.
Knocked out by Hampson. Here comes Davis. There's a free kick. It's going. The umpire was 40 metres away. It's going to go to Swan.
Blocking him.
And it said Carazzo was blocking Swan, who'll line it up 31 metres out. No angle to speak of. Punt road end to put Collingwood's third on the board.
Well, these two players have been at each other, and definitely free kick there in the OPSM replay screen.
So Swan, the crowd will tell you. The crowd will tell you.
Watch him go to Carazzo now, buddy.
Third goal to Collingwood. And Collingwood a 3-5-23. Carlton at 2 straight 12. Triple M Lockwood scoreboard. Carlton have lost their zest.
Oh, that's a huge win for Dane Swan and Collingwood. He's been unbelievable. A little bit quiet the first 5 minutes, Dane Swan. But his last 10 minutes, he had 6 disposals and 4 clearances and now 1 goal, 1. He's a start.
If the host broadcaster got their logo a bit smaller, we might have been able to see the actual whole picture. But he just went out of shot, so it was a little bit off the ball.
I reckon Chris Judd might want to pass that umpire Gary and say, please, mate, 10 years I've got
top
that.
Of screen. He hasn't grabbed him at this stage. He's got an arm across the chest, then it goes out of shot. Consistency they want.
Well, and then Juddy, that's what the second thing he might have said. As out of the middle, they can't get it clear, and again Collingwood are very nice and clean. Wellingham kicked it forward. Russell outside of the fist. They bash it to half forward. Hampson tried to tap it in the direction of Scotland. Didn't quite get to him. Luke Ball was hard at it. So was the young boy Ellard, and the ball's going to be bounced inside the centre square.
Jared Waite is on the bench. They've got to put him forward. It's as simple as that. Get Waite forward. He's their best contested mark, and let him play on Harry O'Brien or Maxwell.
Henderson 2-on-1. He's the only forward, and he's on O'Brien and Reid.
Good luck.
Work down. Gibbs kicked it forward, bounces into open territory. Thomas with the wheels. Same with Henderson's just got to try and hold it up. He's got about 4 to beat here. Out of bounds would be a good result. And that's exactly what happened.
It's as good as you could hope for, Jim, because had it not gone out of bounds, they would have outnumbered him and run it out.
Carlton draft stats, just some low numbers here for the Blues. 3 to Gibbs, 2 to Simpson, 1 to Betts.
So Gibbsy's got to get involved. As it's worked down to the front, ball got a little handball through. Wellingham was in the air and then had his legs taken out from underneath him. Wonderful stuff from Pendlebury. The handball just didn't quite get to Didak, who wanted then a little piece of Eddie Betts.
95 disposals a quarter they average, the Blue Boys. They're sitting right now at 54.
So a minute 40 to the first siren, and Collingwood lead by 11 points. Knocked out by Big Bad Leroy Brown. It went to Wellingham and he got it forward. Here comes Swan. Carazzo right onto him like a fish skin. Over the boundary line and out in front.
Well, they're getting smacked back here. The contested possessions is nearly double. 38 contested possessions to Collingwood, 20 to Carlton. That's the real worry at the coalface.
And I reckon Grigg at this stoppage is the loose man who should be down the other end engaging Harry O'Brien. He's not a stoppage player.
Ball thrown in right in front of the dock. He's looking down the line. It goes down. Coming through Blair. Can't take the football, but Didak did and went to Ball, who's besieged. Back to Blair. He's a real terrier. He made a good ferret. Don't ping him, mate. He's making the play. The ball came out to Murphy. Murphy got a hand pass off to Hanson. And it's too high. Lucky to get out of it. Against Collingwood. Goes to Murphy. Murphy now got a call into the centre of the ground. Might be a chance of another turnover. The hand pass came back to Walker. Walker went hand pass towards Joseph. Joseph hand pass to Bauer. Bauer went to the left, then to the right. If you hesitate, mate, you're gone. He's now got to take a bounce and give it back Jamison. Jamison off the half-back side of the square, kicked a long ball down. Harry O'Brien is there. Thumped away by Nathan Brown. Here comes Collingwood. Wellingham, wonderfully done. Got it to Beans, who was under pressure. Here comes the Judd. Judd got it off to Scotland around his body. Harry O'Brien, he's like a big panther. Yeah. He just strides around and does his stuff.
Loose man, that's the other factor. 5 marks Collingwood inside forward 50, Carlton 1. They ain't going to get another one spot if they keep playing like this.
I don't mind Jamison kicking in long, but put Jared Waite down there because you've got either Maxwell or O'Brien on their own. You're going to kick long and high, you're just playing into Carlton's hands. Get Waite, the best contested mark for Carlton, down there to give them a contest.
Scotland very slow to get up, Doc, as we get down to you.
Yeah, left ankle, JB. He's hobbling around at the moment, but he'll come off and get some treatment. Left ankle, Scotland.
Well done, Smooth. It is quarter time. Impressive again from the Maggies. 3-5, 23. And they will take an 11-point lead into quarter time. The Blues 2 straight 12 on the Lockwood scoreboard. If you haven't locked up with Lockwood, have you really locked up? The new range of door furniture, as we always say, online. Check it out, lockwood.com.au, including keyless entry. Unique. A first, world first for Lockwood, so get stuck into that. We're going to take a break. Gary, Spud, Doc, Chua and Rex to come next. Collingwood by 11 points. That's thanks to McDonald's Triple M Rocks Football.
This quarter was brought to you by Lockwood. If you haven't locked up with Lockwood, have you really locked up?
From McDonald's. Triple M Rocks Football. Shut up!
G'day, Andrew Welsh from Mighty Bombers here.
Hi, this is Heath Scotland from Carlton.
G'day, Nick Revol from the Mighty Saints here. Make sure you tune in to Triple M Footy.
Tonight from 6, Triple M Rocks Football with Sydney and Geelong.
Zablon out of the pack, the start. Oh, he's there! An absolute goal-kicking freak of a man.
Tomorrow from noon, it's the Western Bulldogs in North Melbourne. For McDonald's.
Triple M.
Triple M. Triple M.
Rocks Football.
I was out on site the other day with a builder doing a walkthrough quote, and at the end of it we shook hands and he said to me, "Thank you, because you saved me so much time that I didn't have to go out to the store and we could do it right here, right now." It's the little things like that that makes Bourne different.
It has to be, it has to be, it has to be.
It has to be Bourne.
So, call the boys from Bourne, that's me, Nick, on 1300 Bourne and ask for the trade desk, because at Bourne Bathroom and Kitchen Centres, we're there for our builders.
Who brings this child to be embraced into the Lord's bosom?
We do.
We do, mate.
I name this child Marmaduke Wilberforce Gaston Ferdinand Penwright HPR 40 Augustus Dudley Umberto O'Shaughnessy the third.
Penrite oil with the extra 10 is a better class of oil, obviously used by a better class of mechanic.
Are you going yet, Mum?
In a second, Marie Antoinette.
Do you suffer from the can't be bothered? Can't be bothered changing a light glow, can't be bothered changing your sheets, can't be bothered changing your car insurance for a better deal when you get your renewal letter? At iSelect, you can choose from a wide range of car insurance policies. You can even find a cheaper deal to suit your driving needs. Get over the can't be bothered and check iSelect. You'll be glad you bothered to look. Compare, select and save with iSelect. Call 13 19 88 or visit iselect.com.au.
How do you unlock the Lockwood toolbox? You could try drilling it, sawing it, or even using a jackhammer. But the only way to unlock it is with the key. Unlock the Lockwood toolbox and win concert tickets, power tools, cash and more. To enter, go to unlockthetoolbox.com.au and register your worksite. The Triple M Street team could rock up with truckloads of prizes thanks to Lockwood. Unlock the Lockwood toolbox. Enter now at unlockthetoolbox.com.au. If you haven't locked up with Lockwood, have you really locked up?
Hey Trev. Hey. Who do you reckon's going to take Charlie home?
Charlie Patterson? Oh, he lives right near me. I could take him home if he needs a lift.
Learn how to speak football at superfooty.com.au, where the siren never sounds.
What if you could wave winter goodbye with an awesome Gold Coast accommodation deal? Rooms from just $80 per night at whatif.com. Surely the best Gold Coast winter deal you ever thought. Catch the next wave to the Gold Coast. Book online at whatif.com. Conditions apply.
Drum roll. In Introducing Macca's new Angus the Third. It's a limited edition. First, a thick, succulent slab of Australia's favourite Angus. Then, the piece de resistance, the sauce. They call this punchy tomato chili creation tomato chili relish. Add some tasty salad, and it's no wonder McDonald's Angus is the beef on everyone's lips. Macca's Angus the Third. It's the hot new taste, and a little bit fancy. Available after 10:30 a.m. for a limited time.
For McDonald's.
Triple M rocks football.
This quarter is brought to you by Penrite, a better class of oil used by a better class of mechanic.
Quarter time at the MCG. It is Collingwood by 11 points. Gary and Spud.
Spudder, first of all, Dane Swan, he's a super player, as you point out. 5 clearances, he's ended up with 8 possessions after a slow start, and having Andrew Crazzo's sole focus to try and slow him down. They had 28 more possessions for the quarter, uncontested marks. They had 6 more. They had 18 more contested possessions. I think the scoreboard flatters Carlton, and I've got a real issue with the fact that they are allowing Collingwood to do exactly what they want in their back half, and that is outnumber the opposition forwards. They're allowing Maxwell to zone off on his own, or Harry O'Brien. Ball goes down there. Understandably, they can't take a mark, and then they've outnumbered the opposition, so the rebound's too strong for them. They've got to make it a one-on-one contest, but
Travis Cloak's had 4 marks, 3 contested now. Jamison's got to go into him. He's kicked 3 behind, as you said. If he had to kick straight, the game would be nearly over. The real issue for Carlton as well is Chris Judd has had a quarter of their contested possession, so you can't ask too much more from Chris Judd. I'd be flipping Jared Waite forward. They've just got to put him forward. He's got to be that contested mark player, because when they've gone in there, Harry O'Brien or Maxwell, just play one-on-one. Simplify it, get the ball down there. When they have got it down there, they haven't looked dangerous at all because of the one-on-ones.
No, it's a massive problem, and I can't understand the logic. I mean, we've seen the situation. Well, Waite's forward, Sputter, so that is a great result. We saw with the logic with Gilbert and Fisher, so make them accountable.
Triple M Carlton draft stats, a proud supporter of the AFL since 1877. Chua.
Yeah, Swan, number 1 ranked player on the ground, 8 disposals, 5 clearances and a goal.
Doc for the SPC Man Beans.
Yeah, Scotland start on the bench. JB declined any treatment on that ankle. He's sitting down on the pine, hasn't taken the boot off, looks a bit swollen, but old-fashioned footballer just wants to see how it goes, Scotland.
Restart then, 11-point lead to Collingwood as the handball gets out of the middle for the Blues, but again they're not clean, and this time it's Johnson bringing it away. Got it to Swan. Swan's just racking up possessions again in this game. Checked his kick, looking for Thomas the outer side. Picks it up just inside the field of play, goes with the outside of the boot. Bauer, a little panicky handball. And Collingwood are able to come in and pick it up again. Leon Davis, a kick and a half from home, wheels around. Sits it up to the hot spot. Simpson comes in from the side and takes a very good mark.
Good description, James. A little panicky handball. They wouldn't have liked what they've seen. They'll be told during the week. The ball came out. Now there's going to be Chris Johnson onto his left boot, onto the centre wing member's side in front of the dock. Fisher goes up, and wonderful play by the skipper of the Magpies in Maxwell, and the ball's out of play.
Well, at least you've got a one-on-one there. You've got Fisher, Maxwell, you've got Waite, Brown, you've got Betts and O'Brien, so that's a win.
Fisher should take Maxwell straight to the goal square, Spud. Just go straight down to the goal square.
So near enough to centre wing. Ball back into play. Jolly knocked it down. Coming through Gibbs. He's got the ball. Someone's going to have to try and get it out. And the umpire Meredith said, I'll put it down again.
Especially without Presti. That is a very good point you make there, Gary. So, and Fisher can lead out of the square. He's got the wheels.
Collingwood by 11 points on Triple M football. Here comes Wellingham. It went to Swan. Swan knocked it on further afield. It came out to McCaffrey. Back to Swan. A little chip kick over the top. This is Beams. Took the mark. Waited for Didak. Ran to 50. Kicked a long ball down to a contest. And Davis at the back. He can't get it. Cloak's got it. Tackled by Bauer. Now it comes out the big bad Leroy Brown. And he centered it. Wellingham can't get it. Russell did. Hand pass off to Green. Back to Russell, did it well, but there was a panicky kick over the head of Jolly. Here comes Swan, thumped it back inboard. You gotta go, Gibbs, and he didn't want to go. The ball in the hands of Jamison. They're under huge pressure, Carlton.
In trouble.
And in trouble. They're gonna concede a goal.
Dane Swan has had 8 possessions in 2 minutes. Jim,
is that right?
8 in 2 minutes.
Come on,
Swanee.
Lift your game, son. Give me something.
And what about the pressure here in the Collingwood forward half again? I don't know what the tackles are for Collingwood inside their forward 50. We know they're the number 1 tackling team in there. Mick Moldhouse will be wrapped with that. Chris Dawes, he's outstanding tackle there in the OPSM replay.
7-1 Collingwood's way, Spud.
Practice this, son. You want to do it in September. Make them count. 30 metres. Dawes goal. That's the way to do it.
Dawsy.
Collingwood a 4-5-29. Carlton 2 straight 12, like chalk and cheese after Carlton promised so much. They're now not given a yelp.
Your call was pertinent there, Rex, because you called the ball, went into the Collingwood forward half. A couple of Carlton players had a chance to mark the ball. They fumbled it, they looked fumbly down there, and then hit the deck. You see Chris Dawes tackled Jamison, went straight to ground, no attempt at ground level. So great result there for Collingwood.
Gee, they got some issues. They got some genuine issues right now, Carlton. They seem to be a rung well below this Collingwood outfit.
He's unbelievable, Dane Swan. We talked about, I was happy with the tag early. 8 disposals in 2 minutes of footy.
I'll tell you who else is going well is Wellingham's had 9 touches playing on Chris Judd.
And the doorstop's kicked 22 from 11 games, Gary.
Yes.
The big boy from Brighton Grammar, as there's no clear winner out of the middle.
He's cemented his spot, no doubt about it.
We're going to have a second go at it.
Also, Gary, it just highlights the difference between the top 4 and the other mob.
Well, it does, but we might be witnessing the best team in the competition at the moment, Collingwood.
Well, the contested possessions tell a tale. 49 to Collingwood, 27 to Carlton.
Goldsack drops off, free man.
Through came Warnock. I know what to take it with him. The pressure's enormous.
And
Simpson got a push.
And with that man dropping off, it means that Carlton got an extra one at the coalface, but they're still getting smacked in the contested possessions. It's amazing.
So Simpson, right on the Toyota logo.
Maxwell now frees himself up.
Goes with a long ball inside 50. Wait with a big climb at the back, unable to take it. O'Brien got a handball away to Pendlebury. He just banged his foot into the boot. And that doesn't make sense. As picking it up there was Bauer. He couldn't get a handball clear. Eventually Simpson found Warnock and they worked their way through. Gibbs has got options inside 50. He goes long. Eddie Betts at the back with the wheels. The bounce killed him. And through came Goldsack.
Got it off to Reed, and Reed hand passed it off. Jolly has got it. And he got a call from Ball. They're playing all over them, Collingwood.
Well, you're praying for luck trying to hit Eddie Betts lace out, running back to goal when he's only got about 3-4 metres to work in. Turnovers 13-6 in the middle of the ground. The pressure of Collingwood's telling.
The ball ended up with Pendlebury. He stopped, he started again, he took a step and went thump, 50-metre kick. Here comes the little boy in Blair. Hand passed it off, Balls accumulating a lot of stats for the two-man to the half-forward flank. McCaffer over the boundary line for Carlton draft two-man.
He's racked up 10 disposals and has laid 4 tackles.
So we have travelled into the 6th minute of play in the second quarter on Triple M football. Collingwood at 4-5-29, Carlton at 2 straight 12. The ball spinning back into play. Knocked out by Warnock. At the foot of the ball, Swan, he's a champion. He's getting to that stage for sure. Blair kept himself out, but the ball in. Went towards half forward. And Dawes, was it?
Yep. Dawes against Jamison at front position.
18 metres out. Another goal for Collingwood coming up. Great play by Blair.
I think they paid a free kick in the end, Rexy, because he certainly didn't mark the footy on the OPSM replays in the back spot.
No doubt.
So,
he landed on his back.
Dawes a chance. This game's slipping away very, very quickly from Carlton.
They are almost gone, Rexy.
They are, and Collingwood just marching to September. They look the real deal, the Carringbush. He spins the ball in his hands, Dawes, and goes thump and drives another goal through for Collingwood. They're on fire here. Collingwood at 5-5-35. Carlton at 2 straight goals. 2 goals to Dawes. Triple M Penrite all scoreboard.
Collingwood are on track to break the record of contested possessions. We've gone 6 minutes into the second quarter. They've got 54 already. Carlton have only had 30. So Carlton are trying their best. I think you're right, Gary. I think today we expected Carlton to come out and really smack them. Judd's playing well. He can't be any harder at the contest. But just the collective teamwork of Collingwood around the hard ball is absolutely outstanding.
18 possessions in the forward 50, Collingwood, and Carlton have only had 9. They can't keep the ball in there, Spud. The rebound out of their forward line is so strong that they can't create scoring opportunities in the forward half. 64-23.
Restart out of the middle. And a held up footy means we'll do it again.
And look, the half forward, either Garlett or Betts or Yarran, they just drift up into the congested play in the middle, and the Collingwood defender just says, oh, off you go, son, I'll drop back into the hole.
23 points the margin in favour of Collingwood. As we've played 7.5 minutes in this second term, they get another clearance.
Oh!
Leon extends the Dukes. 35 out directly in front.
Well, there's blood in the water, Jimmy boy. It's a sizable net, and it's pooling, and they're coming. They're all just coming for a bit of a feed, and Big Leon says, I want in. It's my 200th. If there's going to be a kill, I want to be first in.
Oh, what about the Blues fans? They've had to endure this the first time they played this year when they copped the smacking. And they're en route to a second one. As this young man, Leon Davis, in game number 200, from almost directly in front, 35 out, hits it perfectly.
Yep.
6-5-41 Collingwood, 2 straight 12 Carlton, Triple M Penrite all scoreboard.
After Collingwood blew them away in the first quarter, you'd think Carlton will come out and go bang. But the Carlton draft stats this quarter, 33 disposals to Collingwood, 3 goals, 3 inside 50s. Carlton and Mosley, 13, 2 inside 50s, no score. They're getting absolutely smacked.
14-7 contested possession. Yeah, they're harder, they're tougher, they're stronger. And I don't know, Jimmy boy. Davis, Didak, Dawes, and Davis have all kicked goals.
We might be seeing the Brownlow medalist out here today too.
It's a demolition. Yeah, Dane Swan's in great nick. You just got to find some fight. But look, I look down at the Carlton forward line, think, can they get a goal if they get inside forward 50? There's Nick Maxwell sitting on his own.
So, ball back in the centre. And there's a kill pending here as Pendlebury taken off the ball. Judd hand pass to Carazzo.
Coming back to Grigg in the middle of the ground.
To Grigg. So Grigg on the left boot. Got a bit of a kick out towards Waite. Waite's on the centre wing on the members' side. He turns around. He got a little chip kick, which was just 50% at best. Coming off. Might have been a high tackle on Beams, but the umpire said no. It went to Reid, it went to Maxwell, went on further, ended up with Wellingham towards the wing position. Cloak was clean bowled. Coming out Russell. He said, I'm out of here. I'll give it to Joseph. And Joseph went to centre half back and got it back to Grigg. They're just holding on.
They are 41-12. Collingwood's very impressive month and a half of footy rolls on as they head out to this young boy Ellard. He goes down the line with a long high one, and it's fisted out of the hands of Fisher and over for a throw in.
Ben Reid, what an improved player spot. Just on a hard lead then. He's got good closing speed, got his hand in, fisted the ball away.
He normally uses the ball extremely well, makes good decisions, and he's tough.
So boundary throw in right on the outer wing, Great Southern stand side of the ground. Clears them all, picked up by Simpson. Little one from Grigg, only as far as ball. Sends it to half forward in the air, Didak and Ellard. Ellard went and got it, but escorted it out for a throw in. 70 from home, Collingwood doing all the attacking at the MCG. 6-5-41, Carlton 2 straight 12.
Young Ellard got the job on Didak, so if they want to isolate him in the goal square, it'll be a nervous time for Ellard as well.
Great Southern stand side, near 50 for Collingwood, left half forward flank. The hand pass by Murphy went over to Simpson. Simpson's going to be caught by Johnson. If you don't get it on, it was a worm burner. This is the sack. Good play down there. Pounce to the umpire. Tubi's over the top of the ball. He's made it, and the umpire will pounce it in the centre of the ground.
Well, Sack was the loose man. He's just sitting there. The pressure came, dribbled ball, and he picked possession up at half back. They can't get through half forward.
No, they're just hungry, Collingwood. They've got pressure on for spots. There's 10 guys that could readily get into this team. They're hungry.
So, grabbed by Pendlebury, hand passed out the back, and Johnson said, I'll have a bit of a go on me wrong foot, which is his right foot. Went up and down. Coming through side bottom, hand passed it on. This is Nathan Brown, hand passed to Pendlebury on his favoured side, the left boot. Here comes McCaffer, clean bowled, not offering a shot, and the ball close to the boundary line. The hand pass by Murphy went back over to Johnson, and Johnson got it on further afield. This is Walker, got a hand pass off towards Waite, but straight down the throat of Ben Reid.
2-on-1.
Collingwood all over him like a rash today.
Well, Brett Redden's got to get the runner out and say, we have to have even competition inside our forward 50. If you're a half forward and you go up to the midfield, turn your head. If your direct opponent doesn't go back and engage.
Waite took a very nice contested mark across half back. And And the Blues pick out Bauer. Inside defensive 50. Horrible handball. Wade has to go back and get it. Bauer had a little piece of it. They're going to turn it over here.
Pressure.
Cloak wants his left side. Wheels around. Bends it around. Poster.
4 points.
6-6-42 Collingwood, 2 straight 12 Carlton. This has got smacking written all over it. Triple M Penrite all scoreboard.
Well, especially if Clark had have kicked straight. He's now kicked 4 behinds. He's on fire at Clark, but
12 scoring shots to 2.
So this is Russell. He gets it out to Joseph. Joseph got it. Left half back flank members side. They are needing life jackets. Carlton with a long ball straight to Jolly. And not even anywhere near Hampson.
They look to be out of answers. They look like a side that haven't got any answers. And that is halfway through the second quarter after a week of planning. That's not great.
A long ball in towards Davis. He went right over the top and thumped it away. Plants at the umpire. Now it was Beams who went bang and put another one on the board. They are just carving them up and spitting them out, Collingwood. Collingwood go to 7 goals, 6:48. Carlton at 2 straight 12. Triple M Penrite all scoreboard. This is a genuine destroyation.
Well, when I say out of answers, the only notable thing that's happened, the only change to a game that's just slid away from them, is they put one bloke behind the ball. Now that's sort of 1980 stuff, you know. Whack, and against this side, I'd almost say it's the last thing I'd do, Spud. You know, I'd maybe peel it. Put another one through the midfield, maybe off a wing, but not isolate and expose your forward line that are just going to struggle anyway. I'm really disappointed in the lack of imagination and fight amongst Carlton at the minute.
Kick clangers, 8 to the Blues, 2 to Collingwood. Carlton draft stats.
Judd tried to barge through with the footy but was unable to, and Pendlebury picked it up. Not a great handball to the Possum Eyes Tuvey, who got a little one away. O'Brien was pressured. Through came Betts, went to ground. O'Brien stood up, and Gibbs had the footy held to him, and he was smashed into the ground. In the end, it came out. Beams got it off to Leroy Brown. Brown to Blair. Blair went to ground and then bounced up. Kicked a high one to the outer side. Ellard's got to stand under the footy. Did so, but couldn't take the mark. They get smashed every time they've got the footy, the Blues. This one's going to be bounced. Corner of the square. Collingwood in attack. 13
marks to 3 in the forward half, Collingwood's way.
They're just too tough, Collingwood. I know I'm trying to simplify it for the listeners. They are too hard and too strong and too tough.
They lead this game by 36 points, Spud, and we've played 15 minutes in this second term. Out the back, Tuvey got it down to Pendlebury, who went with the outside of the boot with a little
Wellingham's been good.
Wellingham kicked a high one forward. They double team in the air to the Blues. Waite went back and got it. He was pulverised in a tackle. Beams had a little play on the footy, and now the umpire wants it to throw in.
Yeah, but that's Waite, the spare man. It ain't working, so why persevere with it? Get rid of it. Go and go one-on-one at the other end of the ground. You're not getting any value from your free man in the back half. Collingwood are still smashing it.
Well, they've got to get oxygen to Carlton soon. Off the half-back line, Russell knocked on towards Leroy Brown. I'll give it to Wellingham, because Leroy Brown kicked it. Wellingham made sure of it, didn't cross the line. I think Wellingham, the two-man will watch the OPSM replay screen. I think Wellingham.
You're on the money, Rex.
And Collingwood 8-6-54, Carlton 2 straight 12. It's now not a matter of the thrashing. This is embarrassing for Carlton.
Never doubt yourself, Rexy. You called it beautifully. You're sharp as a tack. You've called it beautifully. You've seen the OPSM replay screen. It's just numbers. Way to numbers. Leroy Brown gets the ball, and Wellingham made the most of it off the bottom of his foot there. It's just an amazing game of footy. Wellingham, let's have a look at him. He's Carlton draft stats. He's had 14 disposals, 8 contested. He's on Chris Judd, who's only had the 8. Yeah. Now, you can't say that Judd's not playing well, but Wellingham, these younger underbelly players at Collingwood have risen to the challenge this year.
And they've got 4 forwards at the moment, the Blues. They're going to end up with 2 forwards.
Oh, come on, Blues. What is this? Serve this up in front of 80,000. Jesus! 8-6-54, Collingwood, 2 straight 12, Carlton. Bloody hell, Rexy. We didn't get into the chariot and drive in here to watch this crap. Come on, Blues. Work down to the front. Gibbs able to get a little hand out of there.
Hang on, you're frightening the kids down there.
They get it to bouncing. Collingwood are just an absolute sensation.
You got Cooter Purdy's next to you.
Come on, Cooter. Suggest something. Bloody hell. Swan gets a handball forward to William. Look at the Maggies. They're just brilliant. That wasn't great, though, from Johnson. Simpson able to break it up. Carrazzo to Judd. Judd on the overlap to Ronnie Joseph. Just a little one in the path of Eddie Betts. Betts will go with a central ball. That was nice. Drop mark, though, from Griggs. Gibbs able to pick it up. It'll get back into the hands of Joseph. Wheel through the centre. Goes wide in search of Fisher. 2 on 1 out here. Scotland may just get there in the end. Side bottom was good as well. And a free kick's going his way.
So Carlton just can't buy one with a handful of five as the ball came back in from Bacafra and went to Johnson. This is Jolly. The crowd annoyance there was he was nearly caught, but he got it down to half forward.
Wellingham's on fire.
Did it wonderfully well. The little man took a chest mark, kicked it off to the right half forward to Davis. This is his stage. This is his moment. He turns around. He waits for the opportunity. There's none forthcoming, but now the ball's over the top to Ball. Ball's marked at 40 metres out, right half forward flank. Very acute angle at the City End members' side.
Harry O'Brien's kept Eddie Betts to one possession for the match, and it's just smashed him.
What about Luke Ball? He feels really at home now, and he's going to play in finals. And that's all you play for all the time. You play for finals and you play for hope that you can go all the way. And who's to say this mob can't, because they are a machine. Through 50, through 49, through 47, and it's just missed. And the goal umpire says behind the stick. Collingwood 8-7, 55, carving up Carlton in little pieces and spitting them out. Carlton 2 straight 12. Triple M Penrite all scoreboard.
Sure, when was the Blues' last score, please?
7-minute mark of the first quarter, JB.
This quarter, Wellingham's at 8, Judd only the one disposal.
It's now the 19-minute mark of the second quarter. Great mark by the sack. Got a handball off there to Thomas, inside 50, and this is Pendlebury, 40 out, not a hell of a lot of angle.
Well, they've been inside their forward 50 now 11 times, and this will be their 8th scoring shot. So not only that, the loose man's not helping them, Gary.
So you dispense with that immediately. But how good has Goldsack been in the last month? He would be one of the more improved players in the game. That's what makes it great. That's what makes this side great at the moment, is the depth, and the players that come in just perform.
Scotland, Pendlebury, with 7 left in this second term. It is an absolute procession for the Magpies as he's pulled that one to the right and are behind the result. 8-8, 56 Collingwood, 2 straight 12 Carlton. Triple M Penrite all scoreboard, 20 minutes gone, second term.
You have a look, JB, you bring us more luck than this other mob. So,
don't tell me.
No, we're going well.
Come on, Gary, please.
So Gibbs has got it in the goal square at the City End, and he kicked it out, hopefully to Bauer, but goodness me, it was to a contest again. Now on the left boot, a long ball by Hanson to Harry O'Brien, who went up to the top, past Eddie Betts and killed him. It went straight in. The hand pass is taken after the Mark Blair. It went on to half forward and going up ball, nearly took it. Off the hands it goes to Grigg. Grigg to Russell. Bauer's gone. That's holding the ball. He had prior opportunity, umpire, and that's a blue. But the umpire said play on. It's going to be out of play. The umpire was wrong there because there was a prior opportunity. How are we going?
No, it's a good game.
Good game for the Magpies.
No, please. Throw in. Inside forward 50 here for the rampaging Maggies.
It's done it again.
It's on the deck.
Yeah. Number 8.
Leon tried to wander through.
Another one.
And Warnock is belted into the ground. And I think the umpire's going to want it again.
Carlton draft stats, JB. Tackles inside the forward 50, 12-1 Collingwood's way. The last time Carlton were held scoreless in the quarter against Collingwood, 1964.
2 straight 12 they are. Collingwood at 8-8, 56. As it's bashed forward by Jolly.
Look at the numbers around the ball.
Scotland picked it up, spun out of there.
Not the numbers Gary's looking at.
No one home. And Reed's able to go back and give it to Harry O.
He's given Eddie the mother of all hidings, Harry.
Stepped on through Tuvey, and there is Harry O. Just stepped out of the tackle from Eddie Betts, and then kicked a long one to the hot spot, top of the square. Going back, Pendlebury, another one.
Unbelievable.
Oh, this is absolutely taking it.
They are now.
9-8-62 Collingwood. 2 straight 12 Carlton. The Blues, a proud club against their arch rival on a perfect day on the big stage, giving absolutely nothing. 50 points down, and we've played 22 second term.
I don't think they've got a winner. I cannot find one winner for Carlton on the ground. They kicked that first goal of the match. Grigg got another one. That's all. No points, nothing. 2 goals. So they've had 17 scoring shots, Collingwood, to Carlton's 2. It is a belting. Make no mistake about it. If you're here, you understand. If you're not and you're sitting at home, it is an absolute smashing at the moment.
We have a look at their Carlton forward line. They're concerning already because there's no one deep. So they're just assuming the ball's going straight down Collingwood's end.
Well, the Carlton fans are just absolutely stunned as here comes Collingwood again. This is Wellingham out of the centre and clean bowl. Pendlebury, it goes inside 50 and Cloak just runs away from Bauer. Cloak puts it on its way and it went out of play. Bauer, I don't know what Bauer's doing, but let's go down and talk to the doc on Triple M football.
Yeah, I'm still here, Rex. Nothing too exciting happening relative to the bench, of course, just the interchanges, but to the crowd getting a little bit restless because the Collingwood fans have got their voices, you might imagine, and Carlton haven't had much to yell at this quarter.
Well, they look as if they lost their quaddie numbers. They just can't get a shot. Here comes Grigg. Grigg kicked it outside 50, but here comes big bad Leroy Brown. Hand pass Thomas, hand pass back over the head of Didak, the ball. Ball gave it on to Didak, and Didak gave it to the big Black Panther. This is Harry O. Put it on the left boot down towards the half forward line. Nearly a Mark Pendlebury again. He got one across the shoulder. The umpire didn't see it. Now Gibbs runs off centre half back, but he's kicked it straight to Maxwell, and Maxwell just stood his ground and took a wonderful mark.
Again, no idea coming out of defence.
A long ball from Maxwell to the hot spot, and a mark taken, simple mark. Cloak, 30 out directly in front.
Jim, I've got one word. You take notes through the course of the game. Contempt.
Yep.
They're treating them with contempt. Harry O'Brien just waltzed around Eddie, then Eddie got a hold of him and he just said, nah, get out of the road, shook him to the ground. Cloak just shrugged Bauer before like he wasn't even there and then took a pack mark uncontested. They are treating Carlton with contempt.
Gary, this will ripple up to the very top office at the Carlton Footy Club.
You can lose games and you can lose games, Jimmy boy, and this is one that's going to have some reverberation.
They will not cop this as Cloak walks in and he pulls it to the right.
He cannot kick.
9-9-63 Collingwood, 2 straight 12 Carlton. TAC around the grounds, Shoeman, Hawthorn and Port Adelaide.
Early stages into the first quarter. Port Adelaide 1 straight 6 Hawks yet to score.
15 marks in the forward half, Collingwood. Carlton 3.
And if Cloak had have kicked straight, he's seriously kicked 5 behinds, all kickable goals.
He's got the yips. He can kick it, but he got the yips. The ball outside 50. This is Scotland. Got it to Murphy. Got it on further to Walker. Walker gave it to Simpson, and Simpson gave it back to Scotland, who was besieged. This is Yaron to Murphy. Now Carlton trying to get some flow, but Walker's got no one to give it to. He gave it to Paul. Paul hand past Pendlebury. Got it back to V. Back to Pendlebury. Got it off to the skipper Maxwell. Kicked a long ball down to Davis. Davis is up, can't take it. Clean ball, Blair. Now it's going to be Jamison. Jamison eases the squeeze to Carazzo, who puts his arms up and says, I got no one to kick it to, and I'm going to kick it anyhow and straight down the throat of Grigg.
Grigg's on the logo. Handball inboard. Blues trying to mount something through Johnson. Johnson a long ball. Jeffy Garland outpointed by Goldsack. On the ground, Eddie Betts. Jeffy picked it back up. Can they score? They're going to score. Oh, it's just a behind. First score of the term. It took them 27 minutes.
Crowd are happy.
Carlton, Yaron, Betts have had 5 possessions against their collective opposition 20.
I should say 26 minutes. So 2-1-13 Carlton, 9-9-63 Collingwood. And the Blues have taken a good mark out of side. And it's been taken by Yaron.
So Yaron has got it going, but it's all down towards Waite, and he can't get it unless he's got the free kick. It's going against Nathan Brown.
Hand over the shoulder, the umpire said, and just there, but it's one of those ones when a side's been belted so much, human nature comes into an umpire's decision. All right, the free was there, but if this was late in the last quarter and a point the difference, I don't know if it would have been.
So deep on the right half forward flank, punt Brody and out of side. Waite comes in, slices it out of play on the full. Goodness me. I reckon you couldn't have missed that with a handful of wheat, and he's done it. Collingwood at 9.9.63 and Carlton at 2.1.13. And 27 minutes have gone in the second term on the Triple M Penrite All scoreboard and 8-day clock.
A bit of stunned silence around the ground at the moment. There is. I think they come expecting a bit of a, what you were, Jimmy, and they're not getting it.
We're getting bugger all.
It was on in the first part of it. 2 minutes. It went out to Thomas. 1 bounce, 2 bounces. His kick was not much good. A worm burner. Picked up by Walker. Went back to Johnson. Now this is Russell. Russell gave it a Grigg. Carlton trying to get it out of the centre. Waite is gone. He got the kick, but it went to Blair. Blair in the centre of the ground. Hand passed off to Ball. Ball's got it out to the right half forward flank, and this now will be made for Davis if he can run onto it, but it didn't bounce right. Here comes Gibbs. Gibbs has got it, but his kick is Scheisenhausen.
Downfield against Leon Davis.
Well, that's luckily for Bryce Gibbs, because he's picked out Dane Swan better than anyone in a Collingwood jumper who has all day.
Simpson now with really nothing to go to. So he's called to go. He's going to have to dump it long. At the back, Maxwell almost takes a clever mark. Through comes Betts. Off to Jeffy Garlett. Garlett in search of Hampson at half forward. Outpointed by Brown. Took a very good mark. Nice to see this man back playing. Kicks it out wide for Daisy Thomas. He takes it at half-back, got beams further afield.
You forget what Rex said, the first 3 or 4 minutes of the game, they were up for the contest, and then it just absolutely dissipated, which is even more disappointing.
Joseph won a one-on-one ball, and that's been rare, and then got dispossessed by side bottom.
That hasn't been.
Football's over.
Well, Collingwood have had 65 more disposals, yet the tackle counts even.
Chris Judd, Spud, just 1 possession this quarter for Carlton draft.
And around the grounds for the TAC tour.
Port Adelaide lead the Hawks by 13 points, 6 minutes into the first quarter.
TAC, everybody hurts when you speed, so it's 50 points the margin here. This one has blown right out. Jolly came through to Thomas. And the free kick's going the Blues' way. Not sure who it's to, might be Ellard, the Swan District's boy. And he takes it on the AFL logo out of side.
So late inclusion for Armfield. Allard hand passed it off, went to Johnson, kicked a long ball down to the half forward line, punched away by Nathan Brown. Here comes Judd. We'll check his stats in a minute. I think he's been a bit quiet. Knocked on by Wellingham. And the umpire saw Garlett, I think, give away a free kick.
High contact.
Ben Johnson.
A high tackle on Ben Johnson. And as we run down to half-time, Collingwood are just killing Carlton. And that is on the Penrite All scoreboard. Collingwood 9-9, Carlton at 2-1.
Kicks a long one. It's nicely marked by side bottom. Enormous amount to like about him and this man, Wellingham. Long ball inside 50. Big Leroy stands up. They look to get to the drop. Again, the forward 50 pressure enormous. This time from Swan. Big Leroy gives it off. By hand to Wellingham, but that's it. Half-time, 50-point lead to irrepressible Magpie outfit. 9-9-63. Carlton 2-1-13. Gary.
Well, that was a snapshot, that last play. Dane Swan came from nowhere to put a tackle on. Lee Brown pushed a couple of Carlton blokes out of the road without any worry. I don't like to say it, but it was insipid. From the 4-minute mark of the first quarter to the half-time siren, insipid Carlton against the number one arch enemy, who have absolutely treated you like a baby brother, like a 13-year-old kid treating a 4-year-old baby brother. Just pushed around the field all afternoon.
Look for mechanics that use Penrite oil. They'll take proper care of your pride and joy. If they use Penrite, they'll give your car a better class of service. The Penrite oil scoreboard reads 9-9-63 Collingwood to 2-1-13 Carlton. 50 points the lead as these two sides go into the bunker, and Carlton have got an enormous amount of work to do. 199-1051 is the text. I imagine there'll be some furious Blues fans and some ecstatic Pie fans. 199-1051. Text next, as well as the thoughts of Gary, Spud and Rex, Doc and the Two-Man. For McDonald's, it is the Pies by 50. It's Triple M Rocks football.
This quarter was brought to you by Penrite, a better class of oil used by a better class of mechanic.
For McDonald's.
Triple M rocks football.
Triple M's Hot Breakfast. It's the inside word on Melbourne.
John Drysdale's from Norton's Pub. Bittersweet moment for you as you shut the door for the last time.
Yeah, the lease has expired and the landlord wants to redevelop it.
And a fair whack of fun.
Shane Crawford, you whacked me in the nuts as I was about to jump out of centre square bounce. I've never seen a big man go down.
He's about to have his fourth, so they're obviously working.
Well, I thought they looked a bit heavy and I thought, I might lighten them up a bit.
Triple M's Hot Breakfast. Weekdays from 6.
For National Builders Group.
More home, more value, more care.
I've got spare tickets to this year's AFL Toyota Grand Final. Tickets include a VIP package for two, including return economy airfares, luxury accommodation for a night, all transfers and more.
That sounds great. How much?
For you? Nothing.
Buy any pair of glasses or sunglasses at OPSM for your chance to win a VIP Grand Final package. Offer closes 27th of the 8th, 2010. Vic permit number 10/2172. GFAFL 10/61. For full terms and conditions, visit opsm.com.au.
You, sir, sitting at the bar. Do you realise that fresh Carlton draft you're drinking has been brewed to the absolute second to ensure freshness? It's served at the perfect temperature for freshness, into the cleanest glass for freshness. And what, sir, are you munching on between all this freshness? Beer nuts, swimming in 17 traces of urine, and covered in no, sir, not salt, but old man dandruff. Brewery Fresh Carlton Draft, because we know you sort of care about freshness. For more, visit carltondraft.com.
I'm Norm Robinson. And over the next few weeks, you're going to see some commercials from the people who have been hurt as a result of my son's death. Luke was speeding when he crashed his car. My family and friends agreed to participate in a road safety campaign because we desperately want the community to be aware that this can happen to anyone. Speeding is the biggest killer on our roads. Slow down, or you and your family could be next.
Everybody hurts when you speed.
Today, don't miss the Anaconda Preston grand opening with a day of activities and great camping and outdoor specials store-wide. Save 70% on Fluid Performance unisex bike gloves, now $9.98. Adults Cape Poly Viscose long sleeve thermal tops, half price, now $9.99 each. Save $150 on the Angle Eclipse 38-litre fridge, now $849, including bonus mega pack valued at $199. And save 70% on Austrel Directors Slimline chairs, now $19.49 each for Adventure Club members. Grand opening sale on now at Anaconda Preston, 97 Chifley Drive.
Anaconda! Up to 40% off store-wide sale on now at Harvey Norman. That's up to a massive 40% off furniture, bedding, electrical, computers, carpets and more. Plus, get what you want now with 42 months interest-free. No deposit with monthly repayments till January 2014. Minimum finance amount $1,050 on go, $1,680 on credit line. Monthly repayments, fees and conditions apply. See in-store for details. Stunning reductions across the store. Harvey Norman's up to 40% off store-wide sale ends Monday. Hurry! Exclusions and limits may apply.
Hello, Frank Walker from National Tiles. This week's National Tile specials include an all-new range of Italian-made National floor tiles at more than 30% off. Yes, until this Sunday only, these exclusive Italian-made National floor tiles are reduced by more than 30%. That's right, save up to 30% and more on these fabulous National Tile weekly specials. But only until this Sunday. Rush in now and save.
For McDonald's.
Triple M rocks football. This halftime break is brought to you by Fair Income Sheds. Real sheds, real value.
Yeah, magnificent day at the MCG. Huge crowd in and an absolute belting underway. Collingwood 9-9-63. 50 points in front of Carlton 2-1-13. We're here thanks to McDonald's and we're introducing Macca's limited edition Angus the Third. Juicy slab of Australia's favourite Angus. The punchy tomato chili relish. It's a little bit fancy, Spud, but it's bloody beautiful.
I love it.
Let's have some Carlton draft stats from the little two man. Carlton draft proud supporters of footy since 1877. Go, wee man.
Gary, Collingwood dominating the following stats. The inside 50s, 30-16. Tackles inside the forward 50, 15-1. Contested possessions, as Spud has spoken about, 84-55 Collingwood's way. And the marks inside the forward half of the ground, 22-3 Collingwood's way. The leading ball winners on the ground for the Magpies, 19 to Wellingham. He's had 10 contested possessions, the most on the ground. Pendlebury's racked up 18. Dane Swan has picked up 17 touches along with 7 clearances. For the Blues, Grigg is the leading ball winner with 12, and the low numbers, Judd just the 9 possessions, 2 in that second term. Yaron, Betts and Garlett combined have racked up 9 touches against their direct opponents at 24. For the Herald Sun Supercoach ranking points, we got a text from Nooper wanting to know how Dane Swan went. Well, he leads the way with 94, followed by Ball with 78. And Gary, for the TAB Sports Bet, at the line, for Collingwood at minus 70.5, they're paying $1.90. For the Blues at plus 70.5, they're paying $1.80.
Don't go near it, I wouldn't at the moment. Let's get this out of the road before I go to my man Spud Regis, who I think it's fair to say he and I have rediscovered a very close and special friendship today around the grounds for the TAC. Everybody hurts when you speed, you man. Port versus the Hawks.
Scores at dead level. Port Adelaide and Hawthorn 2-1, 13 apiece, 13 into the first quarter.
Now the OPSM replay screen, Spud Regal. Keep your eyes on the ball this season with OPSM, the official eye care partner of the AFL. I don't know whether we've seen too many one-sided contests, and particularly with such a build-up with Carlton inside the 8, the Magpies sitting on top, 2 scoring shots to 18. I reckon that almost tells the story.
It certainly does. Brett Ratton hasn't coached that well either, but there's not a lot he can do with the contested possession, as you said. I didn't like the way they had loose players early. Whatever he tried didn't work. It started at the coalface, nearly double the contested possessions. Wellingham's been unbelievable. He's had 19 disposals. Chris Judd has had 9. He only had 1 in that second quarter. So that tells a little bit of a story. It's the underbelly. Wellingham, Luke Ball, I don't think he's part of the underbelly, but Beams. Ben Johnson, he's had 12 disposals and Harry O'Brien's had the 11. Their direct opponents, Yaron and Garlett, Eddie Betts, haven't been sided at all. The winners, you talk about the 9 goals, they've had 7 different goal kickers again. They're going to end up with another 11. Their average is 12, so they're hard to defend against. I'm not sure what Brett Ratton can do. I think it's time for an old-fashioned rip the paint off the wall job and saying, you know what, boys, this is the arch enemy. Get a bit of blood on the jumper. We're insipid. We're second to the ball. Collingwood, every time there's a ball up, they're handing the ball back to the umpire. So, when there's a 50-50 ball, Collingwood is still winning it. Thank God Travis Cloke hasn't got his kicking boots on. That's all I can say, because he's had 5 marks, 4 contested, and kicked 5 behinds. If he kicked straight, this would be an old-fashioned smacking. But know about the scoreboard, Carlton fans and the players, they need to come out and redeem themselves. They can't win the game, but let's get some respect. That's what Brett Ratton should be imploring to his players at half-time.
Look, there's plenty of stuff for the Blues supporters to be bitterly disappointed about, but the way they got ragdolled and pushed and shoved around, I think that's the most embarrassing thing of all, and the scoreboard reflects that. They, as I said during the call, were treated with utter contempt. Triple M's Bonaire Best on Ground Award, one of the most prestigious awards in footy. The leaderboard after round 17, Hodge on 23, there's a bloke called Swan on 22, both in action at the moment. The Hawks 7 points behind Port Adelaide over at Amy Stadium, and Dane Swan going nicely here. Don't want to preempt anything. Joel Selwood, Sandlands, Barlow, Goddard, Ablett and Judd also in the mix. Spud Regal, just a couple of little quick ones.
Wellingham at the moment would be BOG because of the job he's doing on Judd and always having 19. Swan would be no doubt second best. They've had 19 clearances, Collingwood. Swan's had 7, 9 contested. He's a freak. You said at the start, 2 minutes in the second quarter had 8 disposals, which is amazing. Swan, Ball, Pendlebury's been terrific. For Carlton, you can't mention any. Sorry. None at all.
Zippity.
Put Ben Johnson there, give Didak a tick, Harry O'Brien, Dale Thomas, even young Blair. Cloak would be in there, but unfortunately has let himself and the team down by kicking 5 behinds.
Yep, Harry O for sure would be in mine. SMS 199 1051. Spud. My man Snorkel Nose behind me, who keeps his eyes on this, says, unlike anything we've seen so far this year, the SMS is going berserk. Carlton supporters are going nuts. And why wouldn't they? Because we give you the opportunity to phone, to text, anything you want, because we've gone all 21st century here.
Let's hear their opinions.
We've jumped the board, Facebook and Twitter. Head to triplem.com.au to sign up to both our social media accounts for behind-the-scenes photos and comments from all of us in here. And while you're there, download the Triple M Footy Lite iPhone application for free. It's free.
Yep.
And also subscribe to our Rub podcast now with the iPhone application. Just scores, updates.
Pluggers interview?
Yes. Wherever you are, just going straight on to you, man. You can get whatever you want. You get a photo view on it.
I've had a midlife crisis. I'm emotional about it.
Get on there and get a new iPhone from whichever is our preferred iPhone provider. We got one?
No,
doesn't matter.
we
Just
used
go
to.
on. Triple M footy coaches for blokes who still have a pulse. We just want to hear from you, but that's basically it. We want to hear from you. 1-999-1051. We're going to take a small break. It's half time, of course, for Fair Dinkum Sheds. We're going to cross to Peter Mercado with another M Sport update for iSelect. Get a policy to suit you without the runaround. Call 13 1988 or visit iselect.com.au. But get on the phone and we'll hand it over to Pete.
Thank you very much, Gaz. Tony Lockett has broken his media silence to Triple M today, a week after being awarded legend status at St Kilda's Hall of Fame. Players are amazed by the response of his former club.
Yeah, I think the club you always start with and you have a long affiliation with, I think it always tugs on the heartstrings a bit. It was very, I couldn't really believe it, the people, that they welcomed me with open arms, and I was just very proud,
And you can hear that interview in full at our website, triplem.com.au. Port forward Warren Tredrea says he knew he was ready to give the game away when he injured his ankle against the Bombers 3 months ago. After announcing his retirement this week, Tredders has told Triple M walking away now is the right thing to do.
The big thing for me, I was watching the games the last 2 months, 2.5 months. I wasn't missing being out there because previously I've got to get myself right, got to get out there and help the boys. I really want to play. I'm actually sitting there going, I'm loving the way they played, and especially last week against our arch rival. Geez, there's some good signs, but I'm so looking forward to watching these guys progress, and I don't want to be a part of it.
The Bombers will be without the services of Scott Gumbleton for the rest of the season after he copped some broken ribs and a punctured lung in the win over the Saints yesterday. To F1, and Mark Webber will be looking to improve on his third placing in practice for the Hungarian GP. Red Bull teammate Sebastian Vettel quickest in the session from Fernando Alonso. And our men's basketball team, the Boomers, are through to the final of the Stankovic Cup in China after going through the prelim rounds undefeated.
M1 Upgrade roadworks continue on CityLink and Westgate Bridge. Please observe speed limits for everyone's safety. Details at m1upgrade.com.au.
The Triple M footy game car staying fine for the second half with rain to come tonight. Right now at the G, beautiful 17 degrees thanks to iSelect. Compare a great range of car insurance policies in one place. Call 13 19 20 or visit iselect.com.au. At the half, it's the Pies by 50 points, destroyation style, 9-9-63 to the Blues, 2-1-13. Back with more from Spud and Gary and your text messages. Blues fans, Pies fans, jump on board right now. 1-999-1051. Thanks to McDonald's. Triple M rocks football.
This halftime break is brought to you by Fair Dinkum Sheds. Real sheds, real value.
From McDonald's.
Triple M rocks football.
Shut up! G'day, Andrew Welsh from the Mighty Bombers here.
Hi, this is Heath Scotland from Carlton.
G'day, Nick Revok from the Mighty Saints here. Make sure you tune in to Triple M Footy.
Tonight from 6, Triple M rocks football with Sydney and Geelong.
Dublin out of the pack, the star. Oh, he's there! An absolute goal-kicking freak of a man.
Tomorrow from noon, it's the Western Bulldogs in North Melbourne. For McDonald's.
Triple M.
Triple M. Triple M.
Rocks football.
The bloody oath of the hard yakka man. I will be tough. You'll never hear me say things like too hard or no can do. I'll never take the end of the day to mean the end of work. When I crack open a hard-earned collie, it will have been bloody hard-earned. Because for the rest of my days, I will be as strong as I need to be, as tough as I have to be. This is my pledge. This is my bloody oath. Hard yakka. Nothing's tougher.
Thanks, Dave. I'm getting there. Hey, I actually missed this.
Injured workers who return to work, return to life.
Hey, Claire, fancy a dance?
Sure, Dave. When you've had some lessons.
Return to work, return to life. A message from WorkSafe.
Don't leave that car just sitting in a heap. Come to Pick A Part, where everything's cheap. Second-hand parts for second-hand cars, from a door to a wheel to a bumper bar. Now at Pick A Part, there's nothing on the shelf because you bring your tools and do it all yourself. Check out the cars for the part that's right. You're sure to find that there's hundreds on site. Then you strip the car for the part you need. And now an option on all parts is a warranty. Campbellfield and Hillside 7 days a week, $1 entry and everything's cheap.
Fact.
Steel prices are rising. So if you're after a fair income shed, a real shed with real value, order now and beat the price rise. That's right. Get in quick to beat the price rise in industrial sheds, garages, barns and farm sheds. Order the shed you've always wanted now and beat the price rise. Get a fair income quote on 1800 10 11 12. That's 1800 10 11 12. Fair income sheds, real value.
For the ultimate grand final experience, the AFL Event Office offers a range of great packages. Leave the flights, accommodation, tickets and entertainment to us. All you have to do is cheer. Go to afl.com.au/event office and book your place at the 2010 Toyota AFL Grand Final today. AFL Event Office, the official AFL events package and travel destination. On Silicoto SAFL 10/31.
Up to 40% off store-wide sale on Now at Harvey Norman. That's up to a massive 40% off furniture, bedding, electrical, computers, carpets and more. Plus, get what you want now with 42 months interest-free. No deposit with monthly repayments till January 2014.
Minimum finance amount $1,050 on go, $1,680 on credit line. Monthly repayments, fees and conditions apply. See in-store for details.
Stunning reductions across the store. Harvey Norman's up to 40% off store-wide sale ends Monday. Hurry!
Exclusions and limits may apply.
Shut up!
For McDonald's.
Triple M rocks football. This quarter is brought to you by Hard Yakka. For over 75 years, nothing's tougher.
Half-time at the MCG. Collingwood 9-9-63. Carlton 2-1-13. A 50-point lead to Collingwood at the half. This big rivalry match at this magnificent stadium. 80+ thousand here. And I tell you what, Big Spud Regis, there's nothing that Blues fans hate more than being embarrassed by Collingwood twice in a season.
JB, we've never seen text messages in the 7-year history since we've had them on.
Yep.
It's absolutely gone berserk. There is steam coming out the OPSM replay screen, mate.
Well, Spud, when Collingwood play Carlton, she's personal. We know that.
Well, they've got personal on the SMSs and the text, JB. Can you read a couple out, mate?
Never thought I'd say this, but bring back the big Irishman. Satan says one.
Yeah, well, at least he give a contest.
What has happened to Chris Judd?
He's been very quiet, only one disposal in the second quarter. Wellingham's been outstanding.
Blues disgraceful, and their members should be embarrassed, says Peter, and it's hard to argue that. Oh, the premiership's a cakewalk.
Well, I'll tell you what, Collingwood...
got some Collingwood fans up and about as well.
They've kept the hype down, JB, but if Collingwood keep going the second half, I reckon the roof will lift off the Collingwood hype.
Spud, it's boys versus men out there, says Tone. How's Ratton still in a job, says Beck.
Well, it's hard to argue at the moment. Contested possessions, 84 to Collingwood, 55 to Carlton. They're getting smacked.
Carlton have no leaf. Take a heart out of Spud's holy book.
No comment.
Oh, I tell you, it's just a savaging. There's one here that says, is there one Carlton player that deserves their match payment today?
Not at the moment, JB. You would go 16 Collingwood players for BOG before you'd look at a Carlton player.
Stop making excuses for Ratton. Carlton are the worst performed club in the comp.
Oh, they're still in the finals. That's a bit harsh, but today they look second rate.
Well, I tell you what, it is, and look at that. You just keep scrolling down. There's just hundreds of them.
What we'll have to do is just reel them off. Sarah, we'd kill 5 trees if we had to print all them.
What can I say? We're coming, says Ray, but he's talking about the pies. It's no coincidence Sauce is leaving the Saints at the end of the year. I can't drag Sauce into it.
Tell you what,
nothing to do
I was talking to one of the Carlton greats, Kudafides, out the back.
Anthony Kudafides.
Anthony, the big Kuda, he is very disappointed.
Oh, he got every
More
right
at the coalface because they're getting pushed off the ball in the middle, and he was one of the best extractors of the clearances. And again, Dane Swan, I think we'll have to start. He'll be Brownlow favourite if he keeps going the way he's going.
Let's get down to the dock for SBC Manbeans, Doc.
Well, James, I'm just trying to work out who's missing on the Collingwood bench. I can see Benny Johnson, I can see Big Leroy, and I can see Leon. But there's one missing and probably just having some work. I don't think they've got any serious injuries. I'll let you know.
Thank you very much to the Doc. There might be a secondary bounce in the centre because this is just like rugby. And now the umpire will blow the whistle. It's a 50-point lead that Collingwood take into the third term, 9-9 to 2-1.
Yeah, and the Collingwood forwards are one-on-one, although now Goldsack goes back and he's loose again.
So ball went up, took it in front of Jolly, kicked it forward over the head of Scotland. Now running onto it is Waite. Waite hand pass, but it went straight to Thomas. Here's the turnover to Didak. Didak put a long ball down to Cloak. You'd back him in, and he's taken the mark.
He's played on. He's played on.
And he called it too. Here's Danny Frawley.
Well, he's played on, and the player pushed him over the mark. So, Rex, that 5 points he kicked in the second half was inside his head. He should have just went back and kicked the goal.
Well, Waite's kicked the wormburn. It went to Cloak, and Beams kicked the goal. What about that? I'll just explain to it. It was good play, conceding the football behind when Cloak went to play on. So Waite decided to give a little bit of a worm-burning up-country mongrel punt, and Beams has kicked the goal. I tell you what, this is a disgrace. Collingwood go to 10-10-70, Carlton 2-1-13, Triple M Hard Yakka scoreboard. Gary Lyon is like one of those clowns at the show that you put ping-pong balls in. He's just, you can't believe it, my friend.
They're a proud club who are embarrassing themselves on the big stage, and you get a feeling, I know we're only the flogs in the media, but out the back there's a very large contingent of people who know the game and know the people involved in the game.
Story brewing, Gary.
Story was late back to the box, Jim, because I was getting me absolutely chewed, and story brewing.
No question of that, as the first of this second half went very simply to Collingwood. Scotland tried to wade his way through but kicked it straight to side bottom. And side bottom on the wing just sits one out wide for Didak. Gets to it on the bounce. Tries to come inboard and then went back on the right. Stuck it into the hands of Swan, who's got it inside the field of play. A kick and a half from home punt road end.
Well, the beauty for Carlton at the moment, they've got a little under a half to get some respect back. They're getting smacked at the moment, but they need to do something quickly.
Swan to Cloak, tried to drag it in with the one hand. Second effort really good. Handball on the up. Blues try and get it out of their defensive area. They can't achieve that. Eventually, it tumbles out to the wing, and a nice handball finds its way into Murphy's hands. But he coughed it straight up to Didak, whose little ball to McCaffrey works at half forward. So Collingwood just going on their merry way, midway between the right wing and right half forward on the sun-drenched outer side of the ground. A little chip over the top there to Beams, who kicked the last goal for Collingwood, is taken in front of Judd. So Beams has got it. The umpire calls play on, and he went back to the centre wing and gave it up. This is side bottom. And Collingwood just doing what they please. And here comes Cloak, and he's taken a mark in front of Jamison, who now stands Cloak. On the left foot arc and kicked a long ball into centre half forward to Dawes. Good, Jolly, good mark.
Jolly.
What a wonderful player Jolly is and continues to be. The common denominator, he had his eyes on the ball and never took them off.
I tell you, they're worth their weight, these big boys who can go forward and clunk it like that. We saw David Hill last night. He hadn't quite clunked one as cleanly as that, but he was paid a couple of marks. And then Ryder went forward. Now they've got a ruthlessness about them, Collingwood. And the other massive disappointing thing is there's very little resistance to what's being played out here at the MCG. It's a great mark.
That's confidence. You could see in the OPSM replay screen, he was 8 wide, but he said, this is mine. This is my mark.
So he replaced Spider Everett at Sydney and played in a premiership. He may well do the same here at Collingwood from 40 metres out. He got under it a bit and it went to the right. Minor score, Collingwood 10-11, Carlton 2-1. Down to the Dock. An injury scare for Collingwood.
Well, we worked out who's missing. Sherrod Wellingham's just come out of the change rooms eating an apple, so I didn't keep the doctor away for him. He's got his tracksuit on, got 19 touches in the first half. Rex was off briefly, getting a little knock on the side of his knee, walking comfortably, but now out chewing the apple, Wellingham.
Bryce Gibbs to bring it back in, kick to the outer side, Warnock. Simple mark taken by him.
No, look at this, Jim. Slow, go back, over the mark, no urgency.
The shell shot come.
Just sits a left foot drop punt down the line. Fist away from Fisher. Ground level Murphy. A little bit more intent by the look of it in his game. Jeffy Garlett wrapped up in a tackle. That's holding the pill all day long.
Jeff.
Umpire has eventually picked one out for Collingwood. He missed the first one.
Yeah, it was a great tackle from Didak, JB. Should have been paid.
Instead it goes to Lukey Ball. At half-back out of side. He goes down the line. Ball, Jolly, and also Warnock. Eventually Pendlebury. Handball inboard was sublime to Beams. They'll go inside 50 here, Collingwood. They set it up for Big Dawes. Ball bounces in front of him. Daisy Thomas is dangerous. He picks it up, Daisy. Straightens up and should have done better. Just snuck it in from behind. 10-12-72 Collingwood, 2-1-13 Carlton. Triple M hard yakka scoreboard.
15 play-ons in the middle of the ground. I'm only talking midfield. 15 to Collingwood. Only 3 times Carlton have played on through the middle of the ground.
The only needed for Collingwood is their accuracy in front of goal. They're going at 48% at the moment.
Rough.
Thanks to McDonald's. Triple M rocks football. Gives to himself. Ran 15, kicked it outside, looking for Hampson, can't get it, got a fingernail to it. Wellingham over the ball. Johnson there as well. And the umpire goes in and will put it down right half forward, flank for Collingwood.
Ben Reid, now Brown just loose across the centre of the ground. So they win possession, Carlton. They're going to struggle to get it through the middle.
Warnock got a knockout. It was meant for Walker and found him. The hand pass by Joseph went to Murphy. Now this is a torpedo punt by Scotland. Inside 50. The whistle's gone. What happens, Bud?
He used his 2 hands to push him off the footy, Reid. So they get a fortunate free kick at centre half forward.
Lachlan Hanson a long way out. Centre half forward at the city end. They're just like Errol-dotted soldiers down there, Carlton. So he's just got to pop it up, and I don't know who to. It's gone straight to Maxwell. He can't take it. They can't hide that man down there, Bauer. Maxwell hand pass off to the sack. Gold sack to Didak. Didak left half back flank went thumped straight down the chest of Johnson.
And Johnson, as I don't like what I'm seeing at the back, goes down the line with a drop punt looking for Leon. It's fisted away from him. And no one likes it.
No.
Out. Third leg. At least we got to the third leg. First time in 2 months that's happened.
Still
Rectional's still punching the air. $19.
Danny O'Brien.
Yes, it's going to be brought back in via the throw-in. Thump forward to Warnock. Warnock got the little handball away, eventually to Jamison. Jamison around the body looking for Russell. Ball carried him. Picked up by Daisy Thomas to Didak. Beautiful kick, Didak. Although slipping over Jolly and slipping over Warnock. The ball is out right in front of us.
Honestly.
Interchange race.
I can't do everything.
So it's going to be thrown in right in front of the smooth man down there. Members side of the MCG. Beautiful day for football. And it is an absolute pasting at the moment, 72-13 in favour of Collingwood. The other game for the TAC, Chua.
JB, it's quarter time. Hawthorn by 5 points over Port Adelaide.
So Johnson released for the Blues, but just can't kick it. So he's got to hold it up. Eventually went to Bauer. He couldn't take the mark. Tuvi's able to pick it up. Little underground handball for Brown. He's got Pendlebury running with him. Pendlebury steps through and will release the ball backwards and find Reid for Collingwood.
Gee, it's just ridiculous. The intensity's gone out for nearly everyone.
So on the left boot, a long ball down by side bottom. What a wonderful mark by Davis.
Murphy playing small defender on Davis.
Davis went back towards McCaffer. McCaffer's got it out in front.
Bryce playing small defender on McCaffer. So your 2 premier midfielders, your 2 number 1 draft picks playing back pocket on Davis and McCaffer.
Gibbs was from behind then. McCaffer doesn't worry the scorer today, Majors that is. And he holds the football 55 metres out, right half forward flank on the Great Southern Stand side. He's kicking to the punt road end of the stadium. He goes through 50, 49, reaches 46 and goes thump and went straight off the side of his boot. And hit a bloke eating a pie with a Carlton scarf, and it's gone all over him. Goodness me, that's how well they're going. Collingwood at 10-12-72, Carlton at 2-1-13, and it's going to be Carazzo to run off to the left and kick a short ball to Joseph, and they're just trying to get something going, but it's not working.
Joseph Long in search of Fisher. Well done, Maxwell. Came back brilliantly well, and then gave it off to Thomas. Thomas straightens up, kicks a bit of a helicopter, but it's marked by Cloak.
Davis.
Cloak goes short. Too heavy for the leading player. The Blues arrive in number. Side bottom somehow finds a way through. Little handball though. Went astray. And this is Russell now finally for Carlton able to pick it up. He's taken in a tackle. Got an inching kick to the outer side. It's going to bounce in some open territory. Bauer works his way over there. He's got a couple to beat. Good tackling again from Collingwood. Reid got the handball back to side bottom. Side bottom sees something he likes. McCaffer's got it outside 50. He kicks it to Leon, who's just inside 50.
He'll play his best kick, he'll be kicking from 55, but Travis Cloak's taken 6 marks inside the forward 50. Carlton have only taken 1, but he's kicked 5 behinds, unfortunately, Travis Cloak. It's nearly a 5-goal game, Travis Cloak.
Yeah, absolutely. And Leon, you just think there's going to be a fill-up here somewhere along the way, and it might be Leon.
So here he goes. He might just go for a little torpy. The standing start, Byron Pickett-style torpy. No, he's going the drop punt, and he's got it going okay. Certainly straight. Hampson touched it on the line and behind. 10-13-73 Collingwood, 2-1-13 Carlton. Triple M hard yakka scoreboard.
Bauer's gone to centre half forward, and apart from that, not much happening in the forward half of the ground. The other changes I mentioned, Murphy and Gibbs seem to be having defensive roles on McCaffrey and Davis.
Carlton don't look like it. Gibbs has got it out towards the half-back line, and Simpson arched his back and took the ball in flight. So he comes back to centre half-back, and he'll get it back to Jamison. Jamison of Carlton runs nearly to 50 and kicks it out towards a long, long lead, and the ball taken by Joseph. He marked it and ran and went down. Oh, shocking kick by Fisher. Ended up with Eddie Betts' hand pass, intercepted by O'Brien. The sack is there. Got the call from Swan. Swan gave it back towards side bottom. Back to Swan. Back to Reid. Here comes Pendlebury. He got a hand pass to Reid, and Reid got it out in the open to Beams. Beams now got it off to Thomas, who went thump with a long ball over the head of Dawes, and he nearly got it. Dawes stumped it on. Got it on to McCaffer. McCaffer kicked it to Davis. Davis marks it in the goal square.
They're a great team, Collingwood. Don't know about that. Great team play. Well called, Rexy. Could have went for goal, but saw Davis in a great position running towards the goal square open. That's fantastic play. Started with Dawes, just a tap over the top to McCaffer.
Bryce Gibbs playing on Davis. They're teaching him. They must be trying to teach him a lesson, because it is just unbelievable that he's sitting back there getting exposed and embarrassed, and probably fair enough if he's not having a crack.
So Davis kicks his third. Collingwood have got 11. And on the Triple M hard yakka scoreboard, it's only one way hard yakka, and that's Collingwood. Carlton need to get into their store and get into some tough hard yakka. Collingwood 11-13-79, Carlton at 2-1-13. Triple M at the MCG today.
They've kicked 10 goals in a row. Collingwood have kicked 10 goals in a row unanswered. I don't know when the last time that's happened between these two teams. They got a bit of a hiding earlier. But there's no resistance, there's no fight, there's no pressure, there's no player out there in a navy blue Guernsey, Chris Judd included, who looks affronted by this, who looks as if they're going to say, I want to do something about it, I'm embarrassed, I take exception. Not one.
22 scoring shots to 1 since the 7-minute mark of the first term. It has just been an absolute plastering of the Blues at the MCG. Yes, Stuart.
Marks and tackles inside the forward 50 identical. 15-1 Collingwood.
Oh, big mark taken by Fisher. About 40 out, City end.
Well, it needed something exceptional because they weren't going to get it any other way. They've been outnumbered. They were even outnumbered on that situation, but he leapt over the top and took a big chest mark, believe it or not. But it was 3-on-2, so it's still weighted in favour of Collingwood.
Back he comes into this side, Brad Fisher. For his first goal of the year in his first game of the year. The kick is okay, I reckon. He's got it. First goal, Chua, since when?
The 7-minute mark of the first quarter, Carlton draft.
Quite extraordinary. We have played 14 and a half minutes in the third term on the Triple M hard yakka scoreboard.
you look at Wellingham as well, yeah, it's a great goal, great comeback from Fisher. He'll be better for the run, no doubt. But Chris Judd's only had the 2 disposals since quarter time. That's not sure how long that's gone for too, as sure. Like it's nearly a half a footy. And he's had the 2 disposals. Chris Judd, he's a superstar, let's face it, but he's had his colours lowered today on Wellingham. He's had 19 disposals.
They were all in the first half. He hasn't come back out after half time, has he, Wellingham?
No, I don't think so. Doc said he's track-suited up and eating an apple.
So Wellingham just sitting on 19 at half time.
Thank you very much. So it was knocked out by Jolly, went to Didak, hand pass to Swan, the tattooed one. Hand pass to Johnson, hand pass to Reed. Here come the machine again out towards big bad Leroy Brown and Waite. Over the boundary line and out of bounds, left half forward flank for Collingwood members' side.
The thing I've what impressed about Collingwood is the way they run and guard space for each other, help each other, double team the Carlton opponents.
16 minutes in, third term, 54 pointers, the advantage to Collingwood. This is Beams, but it went to Murphy. Murphy of Carlton gave it back to Russell. Past the dock and along there to Henderson. Henderson's taken a mark. What's the next play? A long play down towards Fisher. He's nearly got it again. Good play there by Brown. It went off to the Black Panther and Harry O. O'Brien got it off towards his team player and a long ball out to the half-back line by Johnson. Went to McCaffer. Building on the outer side of the football ground as Didak went over his head, but he'll run away from the big giraffe in Warnock. He'll come back inboard. Beautiful smother by Warnock, who fell over like a giraffe at a waterhole. Here comes Simpson. Simpson got it back. Grieg back. Simpson in trouble. Got enough time and lenient by the umpire. Over the boundary line and out of bounds and around the grounds with the 2-man on Triple M football.
Rex Hawthorn by 4 points. The Hawks 5-2-32. Port Adelaide 4-4-28. 5 into the second.
First sign of complacency there from Alan Didak. He just eased up. Rexy called it, thought he'd take Warnock and got his kick smothered.
This is Carazzo bringing it away on the wing. And then long inside 50. Fisher, another fly at it. Did he get a push? No, said the umpire. Reed was able to get it off to O'Brien by hand. And O'Brien's little ball was nice to Swan. Look at the possession machine.
Look at the run.
That is Dane Swan. O'Brien, the overlap running. Cloak, edge to body spoil in there, but able to bring it away was Gibbs to Judd. Gibbs a little fumble, got it back to Judd. Judd's handball forward will work. Simpson's going to be run down. Brilliant tackle by Leon Davis.
Unbelievable.
Away they come now, the Magpies. Pendlebury the handball on the wing. Luke Ball long inside 50. Cloak with Jamison. Neither could take it. Waite is brought.
Great
A magnificent tackle. But Joseph eventually able to kick it in the direction of Garland, who's just come on the ground, and he controlled it pretty nicely.
He did. He hand passed into the centre of the ground. Murphy took a bounce, kicked a long ball. Here's a go, Henderson. And he's marked it centre half forward. Walker wants it, but Henderson, you might as well go back and have a shot. You've earned the ball, and you've got to kick Carlton's 4th goal from 40 out.
Well, I don't know how many marks inside forward 50, but there was just no. They're one of the few times in Henderson's. There's only 3. It's a few times he's been one-on-one in his forward line.
So Henderson will kick from 47 metres out, no angle to speak of, at the city end of the stadium. He got under it a little bit. It's gone a long way. Plough said the umpire. This is Thomas. Thomas did it beautifully well. They're so hungry, Collingwood. And the ball ends up over there with Russell. He came inboard and he's given it to Carazzo. And Carazzo has marked it 40 metres out.
The Collingwood supporters are booing. They thought it was over the line, but the boundary umpire was in the best position.
Carazzo hand passed it off. Oh no, he didn't. He kicked it. Who hand passed it doing? Murphy, was it? Anyhow, doesn't matter. Behind the stick it went. Carazzo, a minor score. Carlton second behind. 3-2-20. Collingwood 11-13. 79. Hard Yakka scoreboard.
Just saw on the APSM replay screen. That's amazing. The ball was over by at least 2 feet, and the umpire was right there. Can't believe it.
Runs around, a little handball to Johnson. Johnson again to Swan. Chua, how many?
24 touches Carlton draft.
We're halfway through the third term. Long in search of ball. Wasn't a great bounce. Well done, Leon. Got it back to Ball and then to Dawes. Ball again, a hard win. And then a long kick forward wasn't great. And Jamison able to sit under it and take an easy mark.
Carlton should score from this because everyone's out of position, yet they've lost the confidence.
Off to Jordan Russell.
Come through the middle. That's
Here we go.
much
Warnock,
better.
Gary. Scotland steps around logo style. And then a high fill forward. And Reed's able to take a very comfortable mark going back. One day you want to be a backman.
You know, that kick, what happened there, Scotland should have called for the ball. They're kick chasing now. He wasn't in a good position to call that handball. That's why he's under pressure when he got it.
Swan to Pendlebury to McCaffer. Lead by Dawes. Ignored. There's plenty of other opportunity. There's a space there if he wants to, but he'll go back.
Work rate's just dropped off a bit from a Collingwood point of view. They're only human, of course, and I suppose the challenge is not there. They need a challenge again to get themselves up and going.
Well, they lead by 59 points against a side, their arch rival, who came out firing on all cylinders, and then the car got 4 flats. Now, I said flats. The ball came out to Brown. He got it further to Ball, who marked it off to Johnson. Here comes Ball, but Waite comes in, intercepts the ball. It was met for Jolly, and the umpire said you can take a mark and then kick it down to young Chris Yarran.
Yarran takes him on, touches the ball on the ground, tried to get around Dawes, couldn't. Simpson's going to be tackled. Just released the handball to Eddie Betts. He was confronted by Maxwell. Brown picked it up to Blair, to McCaffer, to Maxwell, around the body with a tumbling ball that goes out of play. Doc.
Just a little bit of behind-the-scenes battle going on separately with Neon Leon and Ronnie Joseph. They've been going at each other, grabbing each other by the throat, so the umpire didn't give a free either way, James.
They're out of bounds on the OPSM replay screen. That bloke must have dozed off.
Harden up with SPC man beans. Doc down there on the boundary. Big crowd. Be disappointed with what they're seeing here as we go around the grounds for the TAC tour.
Hawks by 12 points over Port Adelaide, 9 minutes into the second quarter.
And here it is, a 59-point lead for Collingwood as they go inside 50 again. Gibbs was interfered with and will take a free kick for high contact.
Playing out time, Jimmy boy. That's what's disappointing. Still 4 minutes to go in the third quarter, and it's just inevitable. There's no chance in the wide world of the Blues making a surge.
Blues score around the ground for the TAC. Everyone hurts, Rexy, when you speed.
Yeah, I know that. Like that's a train. The ball came out there towards Judd. Judd into the centre of the ground, and this is Simpson. Got a call over there from Bryce Gibbs, who ran into the big ring. That's the centre of the ground. He kicked a long ball, and here comes Fisher. At least he's giving them something to kick to. Fisher, centre half forward. Too far out to score. And he's now just looking for someone. Waite says, give it to me, but Fisher said, no way, I'll kick it to the edge of the square, and Thomas goes up and takes a wonderful, wonderful mark. An absolute pearler of a mark. And he got it out to Didak. So Didak now stopped, walked, treacle walk, went outside towards Beams and got it to that player.
I think Didak started the rot, Gary. You called it about 8 minutes ago. Yep. He's got the ball and he's decelerated. And you can just see the game now. The wind's gone right out of it. And I don't think Mick Muldown's will be too happy with this at the moment.
A bit like our special comments, Spud. There's just nothing to get excited about here.
O'Brien took the game on and then dropped a little one into the lap of Ben Johnson.
I believe the contested possessions have gone right out of the game. It's uncontested footy. Bruise-free footy.
Jared Waite is the spare man across half back. He's had 9 possessions for the game. That's not working. Why persist with it when even your loose man can't get his hands on the footy?
And your forward line's kicked 3 goals.
Yeah.
Nathan Brown, long ball. Waite getting involved here. Side mark.
He's not. He was there and didn't get involved.
Long from Cloak. McCaffer parked under the footy. Good mark.
He's a very good contested mark, this bloke.
He doesn't like taking set shots though, Spud, so he squares it to Leroy Brown, who's 20 out, not much angle.
Tell what he can do. He can read the play. He's a footballer. He looks unfashionable, McCaffer, but he gets the job done. He is a very, very good player, McCaffer. Underrated. Reads the play.
Well, he fixed up Fisher.
Yep.
Last week, no one from Richmond wanted to go near him. And now, little Joseph, he's no match for him.
Leroy, almost directly in front, walks in and has missed. That's a bad set shot miss from Lee Brown. 11-14-80, Collingwood. 3-2-20 Carlton. Triple M Hard Yakka scoreboard.
What are the set shots accuracy-wise, as Stuart, please?
Yeah, Collingwood going at 6 goals, 8 for Carlton draft. Blues at 3-1.
The boys up here picked it. Moldhouse is not that happy. He's at 2 metres from Doc. I'll get to you in a moment, Doc, with the body language.
Well, it's been a nothing quarter for him, Rexy.
And the ball came out from Griggs. I can go to you now, Doc.
Yeah, mixed down here as often does. About 4 or 5 minutes to go. And look, as you said, what has he gained? It's been about 17 points this quarter, so obviously not stamping the foot on the throat.
Yeah. So the sack went right over the top and took a soaring mark. And the Doc today for SPC Man Beans. And
Zach thinks he's Billy Pickin.
Harden up with SPC Man Beans, and I think you've done that, Doc. So the ball now will come back in towards O'Brien. O'Brien now on the outer side of the football ground will come across to centre half back, and big bad Leroy Brown will get it. He's got Brown if he wants him. He's in a bit of trouble, but Brown now will have to run and run hard because Fisher's right onto his hammer and over the boundary line and out of play. He did it beautifully like a fox, and over the boundary line on centre wing on Members' side. 25 and a half minutes gone, third term. Collingwood 11-4-80. Carlton at 3-2-20. It's 10 goals, the lead by Collingwood.
And only 3 goals kicked in this quarter. 2 to Collingwood, 1 to Carlton.
There's a contest. This one's been real poxy. As unable to pick it up there, Judd. Eventually, Griggs got a little one inboard. Pies fans don't give a stuff as Judd goes forward and tries to find a handball to Johnson on it.
Oh, there it is.
Just allowed it to slide through his hands and wander out of play, and symptomatic of what we've seen today.
I watched Chris Judd a lot this quarter. He has worked super hard, but he's just getting caught in between. He sprints 150 metres to go and crumbing the forward line and rebounds in his face. Siren gone for three-quarter time. It's 11-14-80 Collingwood. Carlton 3-2-20, leading them by 60 points if you don't mind. And he goes across the other side of the ground. He's got to keep going, obviously. There's no excuses, but gee, he'd be feeling frustrated because it's been a pretty poor performance.
60 points, the three-quarter time lead for Collingwood. The other game, Chua.
Scores are dead level between Port, Adelaide and Hawthorn, 6-4-40 apiece, halfway into the second quarter.
That is, of course, on the TAC scoreboard. Everybody hurts when you speed. Here, the Hard Yakka scoreboard. Check out the legendary Legends workwear trousers and shorts for the tradies, and just if you like looking good. 60-point lead for Collingwood, 11-14-80 to Carlton 3-2-20. Gary, Spud, Rexy, Tuman and Dr. Smooth next. Thanks to McDonald's Triple M Box Football.
This quarter was brought to you by Hard Yakka. For over 75 years, nothing's tougher.
For McDonald's.
Triple M rocks football.
In the interest of giving you a rock station to listen to at work without screaming,
Stop playing the same song over and over!
we bring you Triple M's Zero Repeat Rock Week. From 9 to 4, Monday to Friday, we won't repeat one song. And to make sure our head of music's paying attention, if we do, we'll give you his personal stash of Bon Jovi tickets. Triple M's Zero Repeat Work Week starts Monday after the hot breakfast on Triple M.
Today's living is all about luxury, style and comfort. And no one knows better than National Builders Group. When you build your dream home with National Builders, you get ultra premium inclusions at no extra charge. And this month you also get carpets and tiles, air conditioning and home cinema pack, all without the price tag. To know more about this great offer, visit nationalbuilders.com.au.
National Builders, look down to me.
Barry Bowen saves a bundle by moving with Budget.
Hello, Budget. Barry's on the move again, and as you know, Barry loves a bit of DIY. I'll need blankets, boxes, packing tape, and of course, a moving truck.
No worries, Mr. Bowen, and a great budget deal too.
You betcha.
Well, at the moment, you can rent a moving van and keep it the whole weekend for the one low price.
Brilliant.
And all you need is a regular car licence.
Better still. Thanks, Budget.
Visit budgettrucks.com.au or call 13 27 27 to find your nearest location.
G'day, Doc Larkins here. These days, most sports injuries take just weeks to heal. But for people injured at work, the pain, suffering and financial loss can last a lot longer. Yet surprisingly, they often do nothing about it. If you've been injured at work and have any doubts about whether you are eligible for compensation, call Nowicki Carbone Lawyers on 1300-INJURED. No win, no charge. Conditions apply. Talk to them now without obligation on 1300-INJURED.
How do you unlock the Lockwood toolbox? You could try drilling it, sawing it, or even using a jackhammer. But the only way to unlock it is with the key. Unlock the Lockwood toolbox and win concert tickets, power tools, cash and more. To enter, go to unlockthetoolbox.com.au and register your worksite. The Triple M Street team could rock up with truckloads of prizes thanks to Lockwood. Unlock the Lockwood toolbox. Enter now at unlockthetoolbox.com.au. If you haven't locked up with Lockwood, have you really locked up?
Up to 40% off store-wide sale on Now at Harvey Norman. That's up to a massive 40% off furniture, bedding, electrical, computers, carpets and more. Plus, get what you want now with 42 months interest-free. No deposit with monthly repayments till January 2014. Minimum finance note $1,050 on go, $1,680 on credit line. Monthly repayments, fees and conditions apply. See in-store for details. Stunning reductions across the store. Harvey Norman's up to 40% off store-wide sale ends Monday. Hurry! Exclusions and limits may apply.
I'm Norm Robinson, and over the next few weeks, you're going to see some commercials from the people who've been hurt as a result of my son's death. Luke was speeding when he crashed his car. My family and friends agreed to participate in a road safety campaign because we desperately want the community to be aware that this can happen to anyone. Speeding is the biggest killer on our roads. Slow down, or you and your family could be next.
Everybody hurts when you speed.
Shut up! The foot is on the radio!
For McDonald's.
Triple M rocks football. This quarter is brought to you by Harvey Norman, the 3D TV destination. Come in for a 3D TV experience.
Three-quarter time, it is Collingwood 11, 14-80. Carlton 3-2-20, Gary Spud.
Yeah, I'm just looking at Brett Ratton here on the OPSM replay screen. I think he's given a little bit of a short back and sides. You have a look at all the assistant coaches. They walked off the ground about 2 or 3 minutes ago, and Rats is just... He'd love to hear a fly down there just to hear what's going on. The body language in the playing group, it's fair to say, is not great. A lot of shoulders slumped, the hands on hips. Rats is spending a lot of time with them. He took over from the assistant, said, boys, you go up and get set for the last quarter. They need to get some sort of effort out of the game. At the moment, they'll go away from this game in the first 3 quarters listless, shell-shocked, and not quite sure where they're at, because you look at the Collingwood team, they're just a complete team. And let's take nothing away from Collingwood, guys, because they've been outstanding.
They have, mate.
Gary, some of these texts, an embarrassment for the Carlton Football Club. What about some pride in the jumper? Can't believe I paid $30 to come and watch a Collingwood training session.
Yeah,
Blues supporters, I'm off.
I think that's after the game stuff, because it's going to come, and it's coming thick and fast, and we'll be happy to take them just as a matter of interest, because we're interested in Collingwood, but Carlton, we're interested in whether they can fight back. But there was no fight then. 3/4 time, the Collingwood VFL side's playing. John McCarthy's had 23 touches, kicked 2 goals. Medhurst, 19 disposals with 9 marks. Fraser's had 16 disposals and kicked 1 goal, 4. And Sean Rusling's running around as well. So the depth still there for the Maggies. Apart from that, life's perfect. Life is almost perfect at Collingwood land. No issue in the world.
Well, to put Waite forward, he should be there for the rest of the year, Jared Waite, because they do not look like a winning score unless he's there. Harry O'Brien still playing 20 metres in front of his man.
Eddie's in the centre. I'm happy with that. Give him a run around.
So 60 points the margin as we start this final term. Here's Big Rex.
So it went out and Eddie Betts just put his arm out and he didn't want it hard enough. He's got plenty of mates. Here comes McCaffer. Hand past Thomas over the top. Didak. Oh, I didn't think that went enough, and the umpire said, I agree with you. He ran to the left, then to the right, and he put it on towards Davis. Davis is up. Clean bowled was Joseph, and Dawes kicked it behind the stick to the left. So the first score on the Triple M Hard Yakka scoreboard is on that board for the last term. It's a behind at Collingwood 11-15-81 to Carlton 3-2-20.
Long ball to the outer side in search of Waite. Just ran under the footy.
Free kick.
And might get a free. Advantage is going to be paid. So the Blues can bring it away. Bouncing down the outer side, looking for something inside 50 to go to. They hold it up instead. Warnock's the long target. The short one's Henderson. Couldn't take to mark, and they're going to bring it away.
Hey, Warnock on Dane Swan. Why wouldn't you kick it to him?
Tuvey went without it. Jolly got it back. And Brown got a little one to Pendlebury, who's able to stick it to the outer side.
I think they said we can't stop Swan. He's running around on his own now, Spud.
Side bottom. Short ball looking for Dawes. And the Jamison fist saw it go out.
Or is Chris Judd, he and Judd, they might just say, Judd, you go head-to-head with Swan.
It'll be a great duel. Swan, the last 7 games has averaged 36. At the moment, he's got 24, so he's on target for another 36er.
Ball span back into play. Knocked on over there by Blair, and it went to Judd. Judd now kicked the worm burner down to the wing position, and this is Waite. Waite's got nowhere to go, so he kicks a flying ball up with his left boot to Murphy. Murphy to the left half forward flank, put it on the left boot, and here comes Maxwell. He's out in front of Walker. Knocked on by Johnson of Collingwood, and running onto it, Yaron can't take it. Garlett's there as well, over the boundary line and out of play.
They just fumbled all day, Carlton. They haven't been clean, gone at the ball one-handed. Contested possessions, 40 behind Collingwood today.
Collingwood by 61 points. That's right. Jolly over the top. Fast Eddie Betts has kicked a goal. He rode the Jolly knockout, and it was a jolly good show. And Collingwood virtually have conceded a goal rather than Carlton making one. Carlton to 4-2-26. Collingwood 11-15-81. That's on the Triple M Harvey Norman scoreboard.
Well, at least they've done something. I don't think they made enough moves. I don't reckon they've thrown the team around enough. I reckon there's been a sense of inevitability about this from quarter time on. Betts in the middle, giving a bit of bite, bit of life. He went at the first ball there. He crumbed that one over the back. It was a nice tap out from Warnock. Just do something. Don't just let this thing roll along and fade out to a 70-point loss. Try and get some pride back, win the quarter, get it back to 40-odd and attack next week.
Bounce back in the middle. No, Ruckman actually touched it. In the end, just fell to ground and picked up by Swan. Maxwell stepped through. Off to side bottom, who runs forward inside 50. Beautiful. Well, he's a good player, side bottom.
He certainly is. And this is Cloak's 7th mark inside the forward 50, and he's still yet to kick a major. He's had 6 shots on goal, 5 behinds, and 1 out in the full.
So Big Trav put the old contract talks off to the end of the year. In other words, saying to Collingwood, I'm not copping that first serving. You're either up it or I'm going somewhere else.
His dad said we're not copping it.
That's how I interpreted Rexy.
Put a bit more meat on the plate, I think.
Yes, get a couple more O's involved. As from downtown.
Look at this. There's his first.
That's what he's saying here. Get a few numbers on there. 12-15-87 Collingwood to 4-2-26 Carlton.
Too many veggies, a little bit more meat.
Triple M Harvey Norman scoreboard. And we've played 4 minutes final term.
Dad gets 20.
It's good to see. Look, he's been the dominant forward on the ground, but unfortunately, you couldn't put him in the best players because he's let himself down the team by foot. 1 goal, 5. He's marked beautifully. It's going to be a real worry coming in the finals. You wouldn't want playing against the good teams, the Bulldogs, Geelong going in at 1 goal, 5.
That's exactly the point, Spud Regal. We can have a bit of a laugh and a giggle about it today. He could cost his team a final if he doesn't get his kicking sorted out.
7 marks inside 52, man. How many contested for the day all round for Cloak?
For Carlton draft stats, Rex, Travis Cloak has taken 4 contested marks.
Well, that's good enough. And out they come in the centre again. Collingwood running onto it. Beams and 2 worlds collide with Judd.
Good action.
Knocked on by Russell. It went out to Didak. Didak now on the left boot, got it on further afield. Now ball kicked to the centre half forward where Dawes has taken it with one hand. Coming through that young man in Warnock. Warnock can't get it, but now Scotland did. Scotland hand pass to Judd. Judd now got it off centre half back in towards the centre position, and this is Waite. Waite took it. Hand pass off. Now it's going to be Garlett, and he kicked it forward to Lockie Henderson. He can't take it. Henderson put the ball in the air and then punched it. That is a throw. So that is a throw.
I'm going to wait till he gets the ball, then I'll take him. Yeah,
okay, Surely they've got a blue when it's under 10 goals a difference.
Real fat Collingwood blokes being wandered out of the joint.
Proud day for him and his mum and dad.
He's just in the hands of about 18 policemen.
And he's still trying to fight the coppers. He won't win.
He's going over again.
He'll get a bomb, but it's not worth it, son.
He's not going to win that one.
Reed long inside 50. Close. Hits out again.
8th mark inside 50.
Takes it 40 out.
Gary, I think they're carrying this bloke out, not because of him. He's collapsed.
No, he's getting carried out. He thought, well, if you're going to get me out, I want a free ride.
This is unbelievable. And I know they've kept Bauer on him, Gary, but 8 marks inside the forward 50. If you had a kick straight in the first quarter, that wouldn't be the matchup.
Well, if he kicks, let's see whether it was a fluke, the last one or not.
Rexy, as a former policeman, I'm going to ask you a question in a minute. Is this kick?
No comment.
This kick just goes through. 2 in a row for Cloak.
He's your lead.
13-15-93 to 4-2-26. When you're carrying someone like that out, can you just let the old bonce apply to the stairs as you take him down? Just accidentally let it ride down there.
Not at all. I know this is a family show, but there's more than one use for a baton.
Travis Cloak is jagged too for a small second, probably I reckon 16 seconds of this last quarter. I thought the Blues were going to just dig in and show a bit, but it's out to 67. The only interesting now is whether or not they can get up near 100, Jim. I don't know whether Collingwood are that hungry to expose them, but they could if they wanted to.
So, Collingwood's biggest lead of the day, they're 93, Carlton at 26. Carlton are horrible, and there'll be some ramifications. Knocked out. It went to Swan. Swan kicked it forward towards Cloak, who's having a birthday. Another contested mark over the top of Bauer. He's holding the ball. He's holding the ball, Clokey. And advantage played. And he's just trying to do a little bit too much. As Garlett got it down to Henderson. Henderson's taken the mark. They did too.
Couple of little Bronxies.
So Henderson right in front of the SPC man Beanstalk, and that's a shocking kick. And you'll be able to tell your new kid about that, Doc. That's one of the worst kicks I've ever seen.
Yeah, he might have been kicking it to me, Rex. It wasn't too bad. But look, MCG's going to spend the money with the AFL and put the lights on. You think he'd probably call the game off. We wanted 20 minutes to go. Lights are coming on, getting dark.
Oh, good pick up, Doc. The ball came out to Pendlebury. Pendlebury's got it. He kicked a long ball down towards Cloak. Cloak can't get it. Neither can Wait. Here comes McCaffer. Whoa, it was a worm burner kicked inside towards 50 by Cloak. Now it's Dawes. Dawes hand past it. But Gibbs will come in and pick it up. Give it to Carazzo. Carazzo. Hand passed on further to Joseph. Back to Carazzo. This is just ordinary stuff. As they can't hide this man. And he's taken a mark over there. Bauer. And he kicked it outside. And they are just hanging on where Russell takes the mark and gets it to Wait.
Centre half back is Wait. Handball to Joseph. Little ball from Joseph into the middle. Scotland against his old team. To Simpson on the wing. Simpson goes forward. The kick's too strong for Hansen. Hansen, though, turned Maxwell around. Able to take the ball. With the inboard handball. Straight to Goldsack. And then Leroy. And then Tuvey. Bringing it away. Maxwell's kick to Dawes, who should have taken the chest mark. A rare error from him, but the handball on the up's nice to the sack. Off now to McCaffer. And McCaffer's forward ball to Diggs. Outside 50. Didak. Long barrel. Look at the barrel. Look at the humongous big barrel. Didak's taken some. Got his...
Not some.
Oh, the lot.
He's taken a bucket load. He's kicked a left foot barrel from 60 on the boundary, Jim.
14-15-99 Collingwood.
I can't hear you, Jim.
4-2-26 Carlton. Triple M Harvey Norman scoreboard.
That is taking a mountain of it. Left foot, outside, probably 60 metres, on the boundary, and just barreled it through and casually turned around to the crowd, looked at him and said, well, I don't know, what else do you want me to do? He got the shimmy last week. Not sure I can go up a notch. Just sort of look of just sort of disinterest from Mick Malthouse. He was nonplussed.
David Netherland on the bench there. So did the conditioning coach. He had a bit of a giggle.
So ball back in the centre. The umpire said play on. It was kicked off down there by Wellingham. Not Wellingham, the other bloke side bottom. But now Carlton. Oh, he's Scotland. He took the easy way out and gave it to Carazzo. Carazzo hand passed it down to Murphy on the right wing, outer side of the ground. Ran around and kicked a long ball down to fast Eddie Betts and thumped over the boundary line by Johnson. And that goal, surely a Karcher goal of the day. Yeah. Save water, clean your stuff. Karcher's the way to go around the grounds with the two man.
Hawthorn by 6 points over Port Adelaide nearing half-time.
Hampson at the back, Brown at the front.
Kid's still watching himself on the big screen.
Yeah, he likes to do that. I wouldn't blame him either after a 70 metre running barrel. Picked up by Simpson. The snap, punt road end is good. Simpson gets one back for the Blues. 5-2-32. Collingwood 14-15-99. Triple M Harvey Norman scoreboard.
Spadregal, all the talk pre-season about Carlton was where the goals were going to come from. Because Favola goes, so what's going to happen? Mate, here we are at round 18. They're going into the finals. Oh, no, Rexy's got $19.20, fourth leg of the quarter winner. He's got it.
We had that one as well, unfortunately.
Oh, no.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
5-2-32. They've had 7 scoring shots for the day. 7 scoring shots for the day. And they've got some massive, massive issues.
99-32 is the scoreboard here. The Harvey Norman scoreboard. Head in there, by the way. Talk to their experts about 3D TV. The ultimate home theatre experience. Stunning pictures and awesome sound. Free kick out of the middle for the Magpies.
Don't block! So, what can Carlton take out of it? The boys will be talking about it, and so will you on the Triple M hotline, which will melt. And this is Grigg, and Grigg took a mark at centre half back for Carlton, kicked a little fancy kick out to Simpson, who kicked that last goal. He took a bounce and he came back inboard, put pressure on the late inclusion in Allard, who's under all sorts of pressure. Now this is Carazzo. Got it to Murphy. Here comes a long ball. Nearly a mark. Play on to the umpire by Brown. The hand pass out. It went out to Grigg. Grigg's kicked a long ball. And it was touched. And that's the desperation I'm talking about with Collingwood, because it's Swan who could have just taken the easy way out, but he was desperate. Collingwood 14-15-99. Carlton 5-3-33. Triple M Harvey Norman scoreboard.
Johnson's short kick was munged, and then he went to Swan. Waite, thought may have completed the mark in the end, but he didn't. Ellard around the body, inside 50. Messy entry again, though. And ball's taken high, will get a free. Half back for Collingwood, who have had this one covered for a long, long time. Swan again, Chua, how many?
He's racked up 28 touches, Carlton draft.
28 touches as Griggs gets a handball sideways. Warnock gets taken to ground. Yaron a little handball away. Simpson tumbles it inside 50, but again, no direction at all. And Tuvey was able to chop it out and give it in the end of Beams. And then Swan, another 30 possession game coming for him. Wasn't his best handball.
They've taken the foot off at the minute, the Pies.
Pretty messy out on the outer side, and the umpire reckon may bounce it. No, it releases to Ellard, and he around the body just kicks it long down the line in the hope that a Carlton player can latch onto it. Tuvey was there, Hampson as well, and the ball is over the line as we get down to the dock.
Yeah, Chris Judd's been off the ground for a while. James Martinardi down the race with the dock, now track suited up. It looks like the right shoulder was a bit sore. I don't think there's too much concern, but they're probably just giving Juddy a rest for the last 15 minutes.
And Doc Wellingham, did we work out what the go is there?
Well, I'm still going with what I said with that left knee that he had. It's really odd. He hasn't had any treatment at all. Gary looks as fit as a tack. He's just been walking around, but I still think it must have been something with that knee that he had trouble with at quarter time.
Doc, I just saw the OPSM replay screen. The centre bounce. Judd went to put his right hand in the air to grab the ball, and it came straight back down, and he grabbed it with his left arm. So it was obviously his right shoulder.
So Collingwood by 66 points are in defence, and coming through Johnson for Carlton. He might have got a high tackle, and Johnson will line it up 30 metres out as we go around the grounds for the two-man.
Rex, it's half-time. Hawthorn by 6 points, 8-6-54 to Port Adelaide, 7-6-48.
Around the grounds for the TAC. You've seen just a couple of nights ago, everybody hurts when you speed. Slow down! Slow down, you idiots! So it's going to be Johnson to come in from the right half-forward flank. He's left footer and he spins this through. Lovely goal. All too little, too late. Carlton go to 6-3-39. Collingwood are 14-15-99, and that is a 10-goal difference on the Triple M Harvey Norman scoreboard.
Yeah, it's 29 scoring shots to 9. 60-point defeat. It could have quite... If they had their kicking boots on, Collingwood in front of goal, it should have been nearly a 100-pointer. It's not. It's 60 points. It's still a smacking because you look at all the key indicators, inside 50s, marks inside 50s, contested possessions, tackles, all in Collingwood's favour.
Isn't it funny? No player ever thinks they give a free kick away. Nick Maxwell had him around the neck, nearly took his head off and got up swearing black and blue he'd done nothing wrong. OPSM replay screen. I'm not sure that's the one with the shoulder. I think the one that you had, Spud, was right.
Yep.
To the back, and Ellard walks through. But he gave the footy up to Didak. Free kick, though, is going Millard's way.
Yeah, and for Dr. Smooth, when he gets a chance, Judd's shoulder, he didn't hit anything when his hand went in the air, Spud. No contact at all, and that's when he really got sore.
Yeah, no, what I thought, Gary, was that he subluxed it, which is one he's had surgery on, so that's an indication he just overreached and he just reacted as if it might have slipped, which is not a good sign.
Good mark taken by Fisher, the old sublux Dockers. High one. And a mark taken by Hampson, whose sister let herself down enormously with her partner of choice last year. Hampson in the pocket has taken a mark and could go back and kick a nice Bunana goal, which would make it 3 in a row for the Blues.
Well, this is a bit of junk time, Jimmy boy. What's happened, if you want to work out why, nothing to do with Carlton. It's just Collingwood have dropped off 10-15%. Challenge has gone out of the game.
It's not going to Bunana. Try and bend to drop Punno's Bunana out. Oh no. He hit the wrong side of the ball, Gary.
Hampo.
Hamps.
Come on, Hamps.
He just kicked it further away from goal
you
than
called
he
it.
was.
You looked at him and thought he was holding it for a drop punt.
I don't know whether he's done that too often.
I'm not sure he has either. Someone said, do a banana. He said, what's that?
How do you do that? Yep. As through came ball. Got the handball to Thomas. What a terrific season he's had, although that wasn't great. He coughed it up. Tuvey, little handball, trying to thread it through. Going to ground Griggs. Harry O'Brien in there as well. Nice and hard ball, as he always is. Simpson walks through. Kicks off the end of his shoe. Murphy overran it. Simpson couldn't pick it back up again. And side bottom was cool. To Thomas now with a bit of space. And his kick to Swan. How many now, Chua?
He's racked up 30 disposals, Carlton draft.
It is extraordinary. You wonder how many of his games this year have been 30-plus possession games. As Johnson goes back to Harry O'Brien.
Well, his last 7, JB, have been 36.
Harry O'Brien off the half-back line. Took a bounce and another bounce and kicked a long ball out in front of Dawes. Dawes is out there. He's got a bit of a job on his hands over there. Bauer, he'll be lucky to be in the side next week. He needs to learn a thing or two at the lesser game. And the umpire will bounce the football on the centre wing outer side of the ground.
JB, 13 out of the 18 games for Swan have been 30-plus for Carlton draft.
76,980 here today. And the Collingwood supporters are just licking their chops. And the Carlton people, goodness me, they're saying, what on earth was that? They won well across the Nullarbor last week, but they left that form on the MCG at the 7-minute mark today. Knocked out by Warnock. Here comes Beams, but it went back. Carazzo looked through the area and got it to Grigg. A long, long ball down towards Walker. Walker's going to kick a goal, and Walker does kick a goal. At least they're having a go. And as Gary said, kick a couple of goals. Let's have a walk in the water tomorrow and just put it behind us. And Mick Moldhouse, he looks like a bulldog chewing a wasp. He's not happy at all. Collingwood 14-15-99. Carlton 7-3-45. Triple M Harvey Norman scoreboard.
No, he's not happy, Mick. And it's no coincidence that Carlton have won the contested possessions this last quarter. And it's reflected on the scoreboard. They've had 12 inside 50s to Collingwood's 5. Collingwood have taken the foot off the brake, but all you can do is play positive football. They've kicked 4 goals, 1 this quarter, 3 goals, 1. But again, it gets down to competing at the coalface.
Simpson running with Dane Swan this quarter. He's had 7 possessions, Swan's had 6. So just a bit of a shootout happening. A bit like last night, really.
Jolly worked it down. Blues to bring it away. The young man Ellard, inside 50, gets bumped out of it as Hampson gets a free.
Big Hampo, pushed out. 2 movements, I think the umpire's explaining. So look at the OPSM replay. May not indicate that. Nice move from Ellard, the youngster.
Swan District's boy. Back blocks of Perth.
We'll see if this talented young boy Sean Hampson can make a better fist of this goal kicking attempt.
From about 35 out, 45-degree angle. That's a nicer kick, Gary.
Very nice.
Right through the guts, big hands.
He can play this boy.
That's a goal. His second of the day. And they've kicked 4 in a row now, the Blues.
Well, 40 points, as we said, would be at least something if they were to get the margin back to 40, having trailed by upwards of 70 at one stage.
They need to get their form up too, Gary, because Carlton's last 4 games, they play Essendon next Friday night. They play Richmond at the G, which is a 50-50 ball game. They've then got Geelong on a Friday night, and they finish off with Freo at Subiaco. So all tough games on the way home.
73 points the margin got out to early in this last quarter. So they've pegged it back. They've kicked the last 4 goals of the game in actual fact. So small consolation for the Carlton supporters.
And Collingwood's run home. They play the Cats. They've got Essendon. They've got Adelaide, and they finish with Hawthorn. So they've got a tough run home leading into the finals. That's good. 4 good hit-outs.
Scotland tried to get it out of the centre, but Collingwood were too good, and this is Johnson. He kicked the goal a moment away. He just careered a football down to the centre half-forward position. Tooby lost it. Johnson's grabbed without the football. The crowd were onto it.
When's Collingwood Geelong, Spud Regal? Where's that?
Next Saturday night
here.
At the G.
Yeah.
Yep. So Johnson kicked a high ball. It went out towards Swan. And thumped away nicely by Ellard. The ball in the hands now of the skipper. That's Maxwell. Got it to Didak. Got it back to the sack. Goldsack back to Swan. Swan hand passed it. Went to Lockie Hansen, but he fell over. I think Maxwell breathed on him. The ball in the hands of Didak. Then Johnson. The old 1-2 back to Didak. He now got the lead of Cloak. Hand passed and went back to Pendlebury and back to Didak. They've worked it along the left half forward flank, and here it comes, a long ball in towards Dawes. Dawes has got it. Broke the tackle on Bauer, but he forgot to take the pill. The ball over the top of Simpson. Simpson gets it to Carazzo. Carazzo waits. Hand passes a high soft ball to Simpson, who waited and got it off to Grigg. Grigg now hand passed it inboard to Gibb. Gibb now hand passed it to Simpson, and Carlton away through Simpson.
Good hard running from Simpson. Kicked it then to Eddie Betts. He handballed nicely to Scotland. Scotland trying to go long for that young man Walker. He flew high but couldn't take it. Great handball, Yaron. Back to Walker, runs in, kicks a goal.
Great play.
2 goals for Walker. Over the head handball from Yaron was very clever. Great running from Simpson. And it is now 99-57 on the Triple M Harvey Norman scoreboard.
Again, we look at the OPSM replay screen. Mick Malthouse, I think he'll give him a little bit of a pep talk after the game, and it's probably a good one because they're going to have a terrific win, but he can still give him a negative. And also, you look at Brett Ratton looking around saying, well, where was this in the first 3 quarters? So 6 goals won to 3 goals won, 14 inside 50 to Carlton to 6. So got something out of the game, Carlton, but all too late.
Sputter. Next Saturday, you think might swap the Saturday afternoon for the Saturday night.
I think
we'll be here, North and Freo. That'll be okay.
Yeah.
But gee, Collingwood and Geelong.
Well, they should.
Take this Saturday out.
Who are you talking about?
Ramo.
Yep. Oh, Ramo. The ball in the hands of Simpson. Simpson kicked a long ball down towards Walker. Walker in the sack. The sack couldn't get it. He might have got a free kick, but this is fast Eddie Betts. He's going to be dacked if he doesn't pull his finger out. The ball in the hands of Yaron. He was dispossessed.
That's dropping the ball.
It is, no doubt about it.
Oh, it's great tackling from Collingwood. It's actually got their game going again now, Collingwood. They've tackled well. They've had 6 more tackles, which is inexcusable when you think that they've had something like 60 or 70 more possessions. Sorry, nearly 100 more possessions, and they've had 6 more tackles. Well, that's a disgrace from Carlton.
Reid to Didak. Harry O marks it O'Brien. Back to Reid. Reid now part of the defence has taken over as the best in the business from St Kilda. And Reid, centre half back at the Punt Road end. Went to the right, then went to the left and went thump with a little kick over the top of Harry O'Brien's head. Well, and Yaron took it out.
This is 5 minutes of footy left, right? That's what's come up on the clock. I reckon this is what you want to be doing if you're the Maggies. I know they've had a magnificent afternoon, but they want to play this right out. You'll start next week the way you finish this week.
Ball in the hands of Carazzo. Back to Gibbs. Back to Carazzo on the wing. Goes forward. Simpson just inside the field of play. Has taken the mark. Wheel and go to about 60. High ball. Henderson's there. Fisher's there. At the back, Eddie Betts. Thomas tumbles it out of there in search of Cloak. Couldn't find him. Johnson picked it up. Gave it to Bauer. Back to Johnson. He's about 60 out. Great chase and tackle from Goldsack. Out in the full.
Yeah, they've lifted the last couple of minutes, Collingwood. Nichols still asked the question, where were you the first 20 minutes of this last quarter? Their intensity's just lifted again. I think it's due to the scoreboard pressure Carlton put on in this last quarter.
Blues have kicked the last 5 goals of the game, Spud.
Yeah, he won't be happy, Mick. Don't worry about that.
Griggs taken in a nice Leroy Brown tackle, and Ellard is taken over as we go around the grounds.
Thanks, JB. Hawthorn by 6 points over Port. The Hawks 8-6-54. Port Adelaide 7-6-48 half-time.
For the TAC, everybody hurts when you speed.
Very similar to last night's game. The game was over. St Kilda kicked some trash goals. Ross Lyon didn't let him off the hook by reports.
Hampson got the knockout. Went to Scotland. He got it off to Gibbs, who kicked a long ball to the edge of the square. Collingwood getting back. Maxwell did wonderfully well. And that was what Carlton should have done earlier in the game. But Spud picked it up. They didn't come to play or play like Collingwood are playing.
Bryce,
go on.
Bryce Gibbs, Murphy, they're going to have to really look hard at themselves, I reckon. They're big investments for this footy club, and they're probably in their first real career slump.
Yep. And there's a few of them if they're fair dinkum. This is Garlick. Got it off to Simpson. Simpson was taken about with good, solid play. Didak picked it up, went onto the wing position. Waite tried to take the mark of the game, but he couldn't get it. And that's what it's all about. Dawes ran away from Waite, took a bounce, kicked a long ball down the half forward, and Jamison comes out in front of Jolly, who says, can you kick it a bit further? He said, I can't, I'm stuffed. And now Jamison takes a mark at centre half back City end. Collingwood all over Carlton today on Triple M football.
27 and a half gone, final term. Not long to go in this one. This young first gamer Ellard, Gary, a bit to like about him?
Well, it's been a tough day to come into a side that's playing as poorly as this, but he's pretty composed.
Yeah, he's had 4 clearances, he had 13 disposals.
Got a crack.
Yeah, he is. He's tough. I like him. He puts his head over the ball.
Short ball from Maxwell, who's a big addition to this Collingwood side.
I'll tell you what it is. It's going to be a very, very early finish, boys.
Oh, no.
Can we have an extended quiz?
I've got to go a bit early today.
It's actually been extended pretty much anyway lately.
I see. All right.
Just given Tua's ordinary questions. And
any chance of the lifeline getting a lifeline?
Leon out there has taken the mark on the wing. Just junk time now. Leon high to half forward. Dawes, one out, fist away. And the boundary throw-in will happen about 60 out from Collingwood's goal.
I tell you look around the crowd, Jimmy boy, and there's some very sizable gaps.
Yep.
Well, Blue Baggers have just said, I'm getting an early start. I'm going to catch a bit of postcards on 9 at 5.
Exactly what they're doing.
The CEO from Triple M texted me and said, you got the greatest goal kicker on the radio today. You can have an early spell, Spud, tonight.
Me and you both.
Yeah, well, it won't be happening, so get over yourself.
Nearly wobble-worthy from you, Spud.
Yeah, I think it is. As Johnson's going to enter 50. He goes for Jolly. Couldn't get to him. Butters up the big man just inside the field of play to Beams. Beams from 50.
Come on, Collingwood.
Oh, look at Beamer.
Goal.
Beamer! Beams! 2 goals. In fact, that might be 3, Big Rexonal. Thanks, sorry, mate.
Certainly is.
He's got the thrice.
He's thinking about that text from Ben. I'd like to see it.
So, 9-3-57 Carlton, 15-15, 105 Collingwood. Triple M Harvey Norman scoreboard.
No, I reckon, Spud, I reckon the Magpie supporters, as much as they're loving this, and it's a fair smaction, I reckon they've been denied the chance to really gloat and get into it, because it's been over for that long.
It has, and it should have been, and it's not, a 100-point defeat. And that's something you always love, because Cloak's, kicked 2 goals, 5. They've had something like 16, 17 marks inside their forward 50. It's just the inaccuracy in front of goal that's hurt them.
Carlton draft stats. Collingwood have now played in front of over 1 million people this year. They're averaging 67,000 to their home games.
Golly.
Well, Gary and JB do that every week. Yep. The ball on the left half forward flank, and this is Joseph. Joseph now knocked it out.
And some more, Richie.
Oh, sorry about that. I'm sorry to underestimate. Still worrying. I'd just like to see that text from Benny, if you don't mind. Just like someone should have said to Acker, show us those texts. Benny, can you just telegraph that text down the line to the old bald fella, please?
Hey, Rexy, we're bruising the air in this box. We're wobbling so hard. As this ball is about 60 out from Collingwood's goal, and no one can get it clear. So we're going to have another go at it. 15-15, 105 Collingwood, 9-3-57 Carlton. This game was over from about the 10-minute mark of the first quarter. The Pies have been that impressive. Inside 50, good mark, Jamison.
He's competed hard, and he'll know he had his colours lowered, but he's completed hard.
31 minutes gone in this final term. Warnock was crudely taken out of it. And the free kicks, no, the ball's out of play when he's run in. So Jeffy was away, but he has to hand the ball back. 13 and a half gone. The other game, Two-Man, TAC.
JB, they're about to start for the third term. It's the Hawks by 6 points over Port Adelaide.
And the umpire belatedly says, I want it half forward for the Collingwood Footy Club, who are heading to the city end and lead handsomely in this game. They led it by 48 points as 1991051 is the text if you want a piece of Gaz and Spud, and also Rexy, of course. Two-Man Doc, the number one team in football. Warnock's able to get a handball away to Simpson.
Done any damage to their percentage today, Two-Man, the Maggies, the Blues?
Yeah, it's gone down by 3% for Carlton Draft. They're sitting 8th on the ladder.
Gibbs hung onto the ball and then gave it to Henderson. Now Yaron. There's a little ball looking for Fisher. Couldn't get to him, but a free kick.
Well, hand to his arm, Fisher. Rounds with the umpire, definitely holding on there, the OBSM replay screen.
One of the few positives for the Blues. He got through okay. Long time out, knee Rico.
Siren.
Maybe goes and jags a big tour.
Go a barrel.
Nothing to lose, buddy.
As well.
He's going for the barrel.
Drop punt. And got a nice piece of it too. Thumped away on the line, no score.
Nothing.
48 points the win.
Zippity.
For Collingwood. And they just roll on in season 2010.
Top of the ladder team in the AFL, the Collingwood Footy Club, and they played like it today. Take out the last quarter, it was a non-event really. They were impressive, as is disappointing were their opposition. Some super players, some super talent, even contribution. No absolute standouts. Dane Swan was very good again today, but it's pretty well shared. The back line didn't give him a sniff. The last quarter it opened up a little bit. Pendlebury's a freak. He's got some of the best balance and peripheral vision I've seen in a long, long time. He's working close, is great. I don't know, might be like the minority who don't vote for Collingwood. I enjoy watching them play. I don't mind them winning. I reckon it's going to be great for the final series to wander in to September. And the question's still got to be asked by these Maggies, and answered rather. And that is, can they get it done on the big stage in September? But they're doing everything right.
The two stats that Brett Rattenshire ran down the Carlton throats are the contested possessions. He didn't come to compete. I know it's a simple thing to say, but when the stats say that Collingwood have had 151 contested possessions to Carlton's 117, and then you talk about that, the want to get the ball, and then you also talk about the fact that Collingwood have had 90 more disposals, and then you put that on top of the fact that Collingwood had 10 more tackles. So Carlton have had 100 more chances to tackle, yet Collingwood have had 10 more.
Yeah, it's mindset. And you put on top of that the Chris Judd walking off in a tracksuit top, having taken no further part in the game when he put his arm in the air, subluxed it or whatever the doc says.
Subluxed.
And
Superspinatus.
He looks sore. He's sort of favouring that right shoulder, or Lord knows which one it was, but he's got the right pocket. And that is a concern. He's had massive shoulder problems throughout the course of his career, so further concerns on what has been an absolute horrid day for the Carlton Footy Club. So, got some grass walkers.
Have we?
Shouldn't be out on the green.
Need to get my binoculars then if there's grass walkers.
Oh, there's a bit of traffic work going as well. Oh, to carry off Leon. Yeah, very good. Yeah.
Jeepers.
There is. Yeah.
200 games for Leon Davis.
It's a terrific effort. It really is. 3 goals he's kicked Leon. Wasn't his best game, but it was workmanlike. I loved his chasing and tackling today. He had 4 or 5 tackles, but he kicked the 3 goals straight. Ben Johnson played his 200th last week. Josh Fraser, who's in the same draft, is still stuck on 199, so they've had great reward from that 99 draft, Collingwood.
Feels like we've been talking a lot today, Jim.
We have.
We're just going to need the talkback callers to really get on and make them really long statements, man.
Well, just you can get a piece of the best in the business. 133353 is the number, of course, courtesy of IGA Liquor, the local with a lot, as the Collingwood players on the big screen, the OPSM replay screen, wander down the race, and they are going to sing this song. They've done it plenty of times this year, Big Spud Regis.
Well, they will, and we'll talk about Carlton. I really believe, Gary, they're a chance of missing the finals. We'll go through those.
Particularly if Chris Judd saw.
Yeah, but you have a look at their run home. It's tough. They've got 3 games they're not favoured to win, so it'll be tough.
What it has. It's been a massive emotional day in our box. I'm pleased to let all the Triple M listeners know that me and Spud are back.
Yep.
As tight and as close probably as any time during our friendship.
It was frosty. It was more than frosty.
Well, we had to work at it.
It was gone at the start.
Well, I think a lot of that sort of vitriol's directed at Jim now.
No, I think the midlife crisis we're both going through is starting to...
Speak for yourself.
All I know is when I look in the mirror, I can do so with my eyes open, unlike you, Gary, who's just a swinger in the breeze.
You do that anyway.
In the breeze.
Sit there and blow kisses.
Here we are.